Hello once again here in beautiful Catez. It's the fifth day of the competition. It's 5th of May and we already have started with the Recurve bronze medal match for the teams. And here we have a women's team from Czech Republic going against the Israeli team.
Yeah, we're currently watching the Recurve Under 18 women team bronze medal match. To introduce the Czech Republic team, we'll have Barbara Bredlova shooting, Andrea Luvarova, and Monika
Tovarnichkova. And on the Israeli team side we have Ras Harsoluch, Hilton Shelley and Iferigan Shira. Here we are a bit late to the schedule with commentating. The video stream started a bit late. So we can already see we are in the first set of our match. And Czech Republic is currently trailing by 4 points unofficially.
So already Israeli has shot a 7-8 liner. So we're gonna have to judge a look at what's that gonna be from a closer perspective.
So a solid performance from Israel. It's always good to put the pressure on in the first round to find the middle, because the shooting field for finals could vary a little bit from the practice field. So those first 6 arrows were a bit of a warm-up basically.
Yeah, definitely. And they shot all their first finals in this morning. They had a bit of a lunch break and had to start cold again.
Yes, basically they had a long day before this. They had to qualify first to be here in the finals. So a tough day behind both of the teams. Then they had a lunch break and here they are again, a bit cold but still shooting in this beautiful sunny day.
Yeah, the weather finally turned in our favor. There's a little bit of wind here, but the sun is out. We're in short sleeves again. I mean,
Yes,
this is beautiful.
it's so nice that the warm weather finally arrived.
So Czech Republic is going to lead with 2 set points, shooting a 50 against a 45 from Israel.
Israel's liner, 7-8 liner. At this point it doesn't exactly matter what it's gonna be, because Czech Republic is still for at least 4 points in the lead. And for those who are not familiar with the set scoring system, basically the set, well, the round that each country shoots, the country with a higher score gets 2 set points. If the round is equal, if both countries shoot the same score, then the countries split 1 point. So 1 point to each country.
Yeah, and the schedule for today, we only have Recurve shooting finals here. You were a part of the compound finals a bit earlier in the day. Because there were only a little amount of compound teams, the medals got based on the qualification score.
Yes,
But to let the archers practice and get a feel with how team shooting works and how team finals work, you had sort of chocolate matches.
yes, we actually shot for a chocolate. Basically, there were 3 matches that Italy, Slovenia, and Romania attended, at least for those that I know of. And it was basically a fun event that they still managed to set it up, even though there wasn't enough teams to shoot normally as recurvers are shooting right now. So that was a really fun event, and I'm very thankful to the organizing team that managed to set it up. Definitely a great experience.
So did you win the bar of chocolate?
Yes, we actually managed to come first. And more importantly, we had a lot of fun.
I mean, that's what it's all about.
Yes, in archery, you gotta enjoy it in order to be good.
Definitely. If you don't enjoy this painstaking sport.
Yes. So the second set of the 5th of May. There we have Israel starting to shoot first on target number 2.
So at the Recurve team finals, you only get 4 sets to either win the medal or tie it to go to a shoot-off. So to put a bit of pressure on Czech Republic and make them even, they really got to win this one.
They really got to win this one. And in a recurve bronze medal match, the pressure is even higher as in recurve gold medal match, because somebody here is gonna go home without a medal, and neither of the team wants that. So let's see if Israel has set up their side.
Oh, and that one went out far. We started with 2 9s, and that looks to be a 3.
A 3 probably, yep. The door is open for Czech Republic.
And Czech Republic answers with a 9.
It's a low 9. Solid performance. Let's see what Tovarnichka can do at this point.
We heard one of the Israeli members might have had a equipment malfunction there. It looks like her sling broke. So, for everybody who doesn't know, the bow hand, they put a sling on it to where when they release the bow doesn't fall out of your hand. When that fails, breaks, you really got to catch the bow.
Yes.
And you can't perform a normal shot. And that could have been a reason for the arrow landing in the tree.
Exactly, and in archery it happens so many times that exactly at the point when you don't want your equipment to fail, it just decides to fail.
That's why it's always important before we go to competition, check everything, replace everything we think might just break. Looks only a little bit worn.
There it is, an 8 on the right hand side of the face.
It's marked up to an 8-9 liner. We're gonna have the judge look at it.
It's always nerve-wracking when you see those liners, especially if you're an archer shooting them.
I mean, definitely when they are deciding if you get that match point or
Solid
not.
X.
I mean, then you're waiting completely to see what the judge is gonna call it. So we're gonna see what the Czech Republic is gonna do against that. I mean, if they manage to win this set, they are putting themselves in a really big advantage.
Yes, the door is widely open for Czech Republic here.
The first arrow was a 9. Let's see if they can keep up that pace.
So a low 8 from Tovarnichkova.
We see all the arrows landing a bit to the right. Probably has to do something with the amount of wind that's picking up.
The wind here is not innocent completely. There is a breeze, but because the field is so widely open, and an 8 is enough to get a second set point for, well, a fourth set point for Czech Republic.
This means that Israel is gonna need to win the next 2 sets to force a shoot-off.
To force a shoot-off, yes.
Czech Republic has enough to win it with a tight score.
As I was saying, the wind here, it's not very innocent because it's a light wind, but at the same time it does have an effect on your arrows because the field is so widely open.
Yeah, definitely. And how the field is built, we have a bit of a sort of tent wall and hill wall until you go up to the targets where it's just wide open and just last second that arrow is gonna be drafted out of the middle.
Catez is a big valley basically. We're here positioned very close to the river, so it has to be a big valley, and the wind is always going cross on 90 degrees on the field. So you have either left wind or right wind. Almost never here in Catez we experience the wind from the back or from the front.
No, I mean, even when in qualification it did come from the back, it still got a bit from the left to right. You still need to really watch the wind to not let those arrows fly out of the den.
Yeah, just look at that flag and keep hoping that you aim at the right spot. So at this point we have Czech Republic leading by 4 points on the team from Israel. Israel really right now has to put the pressure down on Czech Republic and fight back those points that they have lost during the first 2 sets. But Czech Republic, on the other hand, they're in a huge advantage. and this could be an easy job for them if they continue shooting as they're shooting.
I mean, Israel really needs to pick up the points and put the arrows into the goal to put some pressure on Czech Republic and get those sets they need to force the shoot off, because they're not going to be able to win anymore based on set points.
Currently at this point, even if the score gets tied, 5 points is already enough for Czech Republic to take home the bronze medal.
So let's see what Israel can do with their first 3 arrows. The 7 went to the left. Probably an overcorrection to the wind, possibly.
Possibly it could be, yes. We can see there is some breeze on the hair of the athletes.
Another 8. Hoping they can put the last arrow into the gold, giving Czech Republic a bit of pressure to need to shoot 9s to keep up front.
There is a 7. Not exactly the first 3 arrows they hoped for, probably, but in archery basically anything is possible, and at this point also Czech Republic can have some problems with the wind.
Definitely. I mean, just looking outside of our commentating position, we see a few flags blowing pretty hard.
The trees in the background are also moving, so there is some wind here at the field.
And the weird thing is, from where the archers are standing, they probably don't feel it because it's right beside the tent. But
Yes.
the moment that arrow gets to the target, it's definitely gonna pick up some draft.
And also remember, we are shooting on 60 meters. It's not a short distance. Arrow is traveling some time to the target, and definitely the wind can have an effect on it. There's a low 8.
So Czech Republic started their first 3 arrows with 3 8s,
Still,
still leading by 2 points. So let's hope Israel can put some arrows into the 10. It's going to be another 8 for Israel. So looking a bit at the brackets from earlier today, Czech Republic had a bye in the 1/8. They won in the quarterfinals against Slovenia, and in the semifinals France was too strong for them, losing to a 6 set points to 0, landing them into the bronze medal match. So really quick and performing shot, if that's the right way to say it. You really see her move the bow a lot.
there were fast shots and no major mistakes basically, but like sometimes on a distance like this, the arrow can go out of the yellow pretty fast. There's a solid 9.
Yet Czech Republic currently has a lead of 7 points, landing an 8, so that means they're gonna need to shoot a 5 to win it, to win the bronze medal match here.
So a 5 to win. Sounds easy, but also is not.
Can you win from the pressure?
There it is, a
There
solid
it is.
9.
Czech Republic is the winner of the bronze medal match for the Recurve under-18 women team.
Big congratulations to them, they won 6-0 against Israeli team. 6-0 does sound a bit cruel, but they really shot well. Those girls did a good job and definitely deserve to bring home a good medal.
And also congratulations to the Israeli team for shooting incredibly good this morning and still performing here at the finals field.
Yes, it's always nice to get a feel how the finals field feels like. So here we are waiting for the confirmations from the judges that are standing next to the target. Here as athletes, it's kind of a bad position to be in because you're dependent on the judges and on your your athletes that are scoring down the range your arrows, and you're standing here, and the only thing you can do is just shoot good.
Yeah, and definitely, even if you know you probably won, you still want that confirmation hand from the judge pointing at your target that you won this match.
Yes.
And the judge confirmed it.
Czech Republic is bringing home the bronze medal.
So the athletes are gonna leave the field at this point, and we're gonna get ready for the
Gold medal
gold
match.
medal match.
That's gonna be between France and Ukraine. So that's gonna be a very tight match because France was ranked number first after qualifying round and Ukraine was ranked number second after qualifications. So definitely two strong countries that are gonna compete for the gold medal. They both wanna win. They both wanna come home from the first international tournament of the season with the gold.
Yeah, definitely. And they didn't qualify with a really big difference in between. The French team managed to shoot only 27 points more than the Ukrainian team. But it sounds a lot saying it, but for the recurve under 18 category, that's really tight.
It's just 9 points per athlete, and considering how many points we shoot, there is 720 points possible for each athlete. So when you take into account that there was just 9 points difference between each athlete, it's a tight qualification round for sure. Here we have a good look of the Catez finals field. It's happening here in Slovenia. Definitely the weather does make a big difference compared to the days we were used to before. The qualification round was rainy, then progressively throughout the week the weather improved, and now we are here at the finals on a Friday, and weather is already almost perfect.
Yeah, I mean, there's only a little bit of wind, but there is sun, and it can't get better than sun.
Here we have on target number 1 France that was ranked first, and on target number 2 Ukraine that was also ranked second. Representing France we have Seller Justine, we have Giorgio Lealin and Tinko Maria.
Representing Ukraine with Ola Shebotarneko, Irina Konova and Daria Koval.
We're sorry for the pronunciations, but we are not all international surname speakers.
For me, it really ends with Dutch and English, and after that, I'm just trying my best. So we're gonna have France shooting first.
So the rule here in the finals is that the country that shoots better in qualification rounds gets to pick either to shoot first or second, and looks like France picked to shoot the first. Lealin starting the gold medal match here in Catez.
Ukraine has been a really strong team this week. We're seeing them in a lot of finals back again.
Yes, seems like there are some countries, some teams that just keep being here in the finals.
So for the first arrow of France, we got an 8.
She's already been here on the finals field, so already knows how it is to shoot here. It's a close one next to the 9 ring, but still doesn't catch the line.
Yeah, and for everybody that's not familiar, these archers can practice on fields that's just outside the final field, and they have to move to the final targets, which can change your sight mark a bit.
Justine with a solid 10, she found the middle right away. So total 26 points for France right now.
Austria-Ukraine started with a 8.
8 just out of the ring. Solid shot, but maybe the wind does have some effect on the athletes here.
A6. It looks like a bit of overcorrecting to the wind. You can see the wind moving a lot. It's really not. It's not blowing steady.
The wind is currently from the left-hand side of the field, so archers do have to out-aim a bit. There's a high 8,
Eight.
so 22 to 26 points. Lealin with a left hand.
Shooting at 10. She immediately found her way back from the 8 as a side arrow, straight to the 10, almost an X. A nice way to end your first set.
So just one strong shot from Justine, and the first 2 set points are on France's side.
Yeah, if she shoots an 8, that looks like an 8-9 liner.
8-9 liner, but this is probably enough to take the 2 set points unless Ukraine shoots 3 perfect tens.
Yeah, at the moment they're sharing the set. So if Ukraine can shoot 3 tens, they'll be tied.
There it is,
There-
an X.
There's your first one.
The door is still open.
Let's see if they can keep up that pace. No, shooting a 5. So France is gonna win the first 2 set points of their gold medal match.
This arrow, well, this arrow we can call basically a practice arrow. Practice shot that won't count because the set points already went to France.
I mean, it does give you a nice way to come back after losing a set. If you already know that that arrow is not gonna make the difference anymore, you can just see how your shot is feeling and what you need to do to get it into the 10.
You get a chance to shoot one arrow that there isn't any pressure on it, because many times your shooting in finals varies to shooting in the training. Your body performs differently, you aim differently, your dot is acting all of a sudden weird, and all of a sudden to get a free practice shot, sometimes it helps.
So as you see here, Ukraine won against Poland in the quarterfinals. They won against Israel in the semifinals, which we just saw shooting the bronze medal match. And they're now here in the gold finals.
They had a morning filled with lots of archery. They had some strong matches. Then they had a lunch break, which kind of cooled them off, and now they're here back at the field, trying to get a gold medal.
Yeah, looking at the bracket, they really had to fight against some really strong teams to get here to the gold final.
France had a very tight match with Germany, but they managed to get away with the win. Also, here in the picture we can see both countries being supported by their home teams. It's always nice to hear the support from your teammates when you're shooting at the finals field and they're all gathered up and cheering for you.
I mean, personally, when I stand there on the finals field, that's the sound you want to hear. You want to hear your teammates cheer you on. It really helps get your mindset in the final venue.
Exactly. It's a great feeling that there are people standing behind you. You're not alone in this.
Ukraine starts with a 9.
So putting the pressure back on France.
You really want to win this second set if you're trailing to even out the score again, getting you to a blank playing field.
There it is, a solid 9 just out of the 10 ring.
So when you're shooting with a team, you can help each other getting the scores up. If you notice that the wind is blowing your arrow, you can tell each other what you did to correct it. Or if you're all shooting low, you can tell each other that that was a good shot. You maybe should move your sight a bit. And you see it happening a bit throughout these two teams. Talking to each other when you step off the line.
Communication in team rounds is important because the wind can be unpredictable and it can change from round to round. So athletes that help and talk to their teammates definitely do well to each other.
And
Maya with an 8.
2-8 for France.
Ukraine shot 3 fairly good arrows. They're all very, very close to the 10 ring, but in archery some luck has to be present in order to get a higher score sometimes with lines, catching them or not catching them. 7.
7 for France. Putting Ukraine in the lead at the moment by 3 points.
So Ukraine still has a chance to win this set.
So you just keep steady like this, then
There it is.
a 10.
Found the 10 ring.
Ukraine is marked an 8, but it looks like a 9 from here, so they're leading by 4 points instead of 3. And
Area
another
with
10.
an X.
I mean, that group is amazing. For recurve archers, that is gonna win you a lot of matches.
Let's see if Daria can also finish so strong as their teammates. Solid shot. With
Just
a 9.
out of the 10.
What a grouping from Ukraine. At this point they really fought back. They
Won the second set, putting the playing ground all even again.
So 2-2 basically. And France gets those practice rounds currently.
You just have to shoot these 3 arrows, get your mind steady again, feeling how the shot feels, to start the next round strong.
Fast shot. 7.
Now
She did look happy when she released that.
And this could just be an arrow aimed at the center to see what the wind does. I mean, it's great to, if it doesn't matter anymore, to see where your arrow lands when you just shoot a normal shot. To see what the wind, how much it affects. Because normally you're just guessing, like, I think this is gonna be a right 8, and you adjust based on that.
We can feel some wind also here in the commentating booth. Our papers are flying a little bit.
So Ukraine is gonna take these 2 set points, making the playing ground all even again, going into the 3rd set. I mean, it's nice to see the team sitting out here supporting their archers. Just
It's a great day for some archery. Basically we have extremely nice weather. It's warm. It's probably one of the warmest day we had this year so far in Slovenia. It's May, and in May we were used to a lot of rain, but
I mean, early this week we had some rain, and if you look back at the first day of finals we had on Wednesday.
on Wednesday, the day before yesterday,
I was a bit confused. I mean, there it was still dark, cold, and a bit rainy.
it was like all the time rain and not raining and then again rain, so also all of the equipment was still wet, all of the archers were still not exactly confident in shooting in dry weather.
Now we're back here with a beautiful sun, a little bit of wind, but a nice temperature.
Nice, very nice temperature. And also here in Catez in afternoon it can get tricky because the sun is gonna face the athletes in their eyes.
So now we're all even again. France is gonna start first in the 3rd set of this final.
We see here Lealine opening the 3rd set with a 9.
Just out of the 10. It's a really good way to come back from the last set. Maya shooting a 9.
Very nice beginning from France.
I mean, it's showing Ukraine that they have the same level as them. We can take this set.
Both of the countries here are very, very strong. They were again ranked first and second, so they both countries know how to shoot. But
A6 for France. That opens the door for Ukraine. I mean,
a
they
20.
have 6 points of room in only the first 3 arrows to take this set.
There's a 7. Okay, so things are getting interesting. It's pretty tied up shooting. We see here Ira using a kisser button.
Another 7. At almost exactly the same spot.
Maybe some overcorrection, maybe the wind stopped, but the flags are still up. So athletes can get confused by the wind sometimes.
It is really trying to guess at your best ability where you need to shoot.
There it is, a strong 9. Good comeback.
Oh, 9. So this makes it to where France is leading with 1 point. So let's see if they can keep this
It's
advantage,
a 7.
and this is 7.
She looks a bit confused with where the arrow landed. Could be a strong shot, and maybe the wind took it to the wrong place.
Or it could have just been the nerves. I mean, we're still here on the gold final of this competition, and they really want to get that gold medal. And it's such a great feeling if you win a competition you go to.
Yeah, coming home with a gold definitely pays off, and many athletes here, their main thing in archery is basically youth cups and youth championships. So definitely bringing home a medal from a competition like this, it does bring home a lot of confidence as well, a lot of motivation to train hard for the next competitions, and also fuel that archery, it's worth to work hard in archery.
Yeah, we see France putting in a score of 50 here, only letting Ukraine lead with 3 points essentially. Which they shot a 10 first. So we see another 9-10 liner. It looked like a 10 from here, but we're gonna have the judge confirm. This means that to be sure they won the third set, they really have to shoot a 9 here.
9 at least, yes. There
And
is
that's
a
a
10.
10.
An X.
So Ukraine is taking the third set, putting the score to a 4 against 2 set points from France.
Amazing performance from Daria. She knew that she has to put a strong arrow here, and the pressure was on her, but still managed to shoot an X.
And she just puts it right into the middle.
So 4-2 currently. We started off with France taking the first set, and now here we are with France still having 2 set points, but Ukraine on the other hand winning two set points. 2 sets.
So Ukraine is leading by 4-2 going into the last set. This means that to force a shoot-off and still have a chance to win the gold medal, France has to win the next set, and Ukraine has enough with just an even score.
We can see in the background the Catez eye. It's not a London eye because we're not in London, but we're in Catez. So it's basically an amusement wheel with 24 cabins that in the evening you can catch a nice ride with a view over the city where we're shooting in.
So France is gonna start first again, going into the last set of the gold final of the Recurve under 18 women team.
So possibly the last set.
And as we can see, the 9 got marked up as a 10.
Solid lead here from Ukraine, but France still has a good chance to force a shoot-off.
I mean, it's probably really question, can you keep the nerves under control and can you get that wind to be predicted and really shoot those gold arrows? So let's see what Leia Lin can do.
Right 8. She's been more to the right side the last 2 arrows, so
It does look like the wind is really a big factor in this final. Seeing a lot of arrows go left and right.
left 9. Strong arrow. Also the shot seemed pretty confident.
So now Justine has to finish off their first 3 arrows with a really strong arrow and getting the most amount of points to put pressure on Ukraine. It looked like a really rough shot, but it still landed into the 9, barely out of the 10.
Barely out of the 10 ring. That's the luck in archery. We sometimes have to hope that it finds us.
Yeah, and use a little bit of that bow kwando just to push the arrow more into the center. Ukraine dropping a 7.
I believe it holds the line for Ukraine. Right on the line, exactly. Good look of the archers using a kisser button. Basically a solid point on the string where you know each and every time where to rest your mouth, basically. And paid off with a nice 9.
So now it's on Ukraine to let the lead of France not get too big.
Very
And a
nice
10.
shot from Kovaldaria.
So France is only leading with 1 point, meaning if they really want to be certain they win this set, they gotta put in 3 tens. Because if they only lose 1 point, we have seen Ukraine shot the 30 in the last 3 arrows.
There it was, a strong 9. Definitely putting the pressure on Ukraine at this point. We have Maya with a left 7.
7. I mean, this opens the door for Ukraine to get back.
Not exactly what you hope for. There is an arrow. The last archer always carries kind of the most pressure here in teams.
Now it's on to Justine to close in that gap, and as she does,
Right into the group. A bit left 9. Just out of the 10 ring.
so Ukraine is leading by 4 points, meaning that if they don't lose more than 4 points, they win this gold medal. And France has got to hope that they drop more to get a chance of a shoot-off.
Oh, so this 7 right now put them into the tough position. They gotta shoot extremely well in order to at least tie this set point. Ooh.
And that's a 10.
So currently 9 to win. 9 in these conditions can sometimes be tough, but let's see if Daria, that already managed to handle the pressure pretty well so far, if she can do it. And
It's
there
a
it is.
9. Therefore, we still have to have it confirmed, but Ukraine is gonna win the gold medal against France.
Even if that 6 gets upgraded into a 7, Ukraine still has enough points for the gold medal. Very nice shooting from both of the teams. Definitely the conditions weren't perfect, but at least it was sunny.
Yeah, and just looking at the scores, I mean, they're just so matched to each other, only winning sets by a few points. So let's let the judges confirm it.
We're still waiting for the confirmation from the judges. And athletes here can just wait behind the line and look how other people do their job.
I mean, you see the nerves on the archers. Not yet confirmed if they win the gold, and here it's confirmed.
And it is official. The judge extended his arm towards Ukrainian target, and it's confirmed. Ukraine is taking home the gold medal from this first leg of European Youth Cup in Slovenia.
It's nice to see the archers congratulate each other after the finals. Seeing the emotions being let go, the tension being released.
There it was, a very, very tight match. Great shooting from both of the teams. Congratulations also to France. They did very well in qualifications. They were ranked first, remember, and also Ukraine for being able to fight down the France that both of the countries really deserve the gold medal, but in this position Ukraine took it. Coming up is a bit of a replay from the two finals we had so far.
It's fun to see the emotions on the archers' faces. Just as they step off the line, most of the time not even knowing what the arrow is gonna be, but just because of how the shot feels, they know that it's gonna be a 10, a 9, a 8. Or sometimes you jump off the line really happy knowing that it's definitely gonna be a 10, and then sometimes you see a little bit of a grumpy face going off it knowing that it didn't feel right, it just went out left or right and it's gonna be an 8.
The confused shots, those ones that an athlete comes back from the shooting line all confused when the coach tells you that it's a 8 or something. That also, I know how that feels, and I'm definitely not exactly fan of that feeling.
As you could see right when we were saying that, we had a shot of Leah Lin with exactly that face.
Exactly the confused face. This is archery. Sometimes a great shot ends up in an 8, and an amazing shot that you're 100% sure is gonna go into the 10 ring ends up in a 7, sometimes even.
Alright, so now we're moving on to the Recurve Under 18 Men Team Bronze Final here in Catez.
So the boys are walking up to the field of play, and on the left hand side of the field we have Germany going against Romania on the right hand side of the field on the target number 2.
So representing Germany we have Kunt Jakubsnik, we have Phil Lutmending and Leon Zemla.
And on the right hand side of the field we have Ukraine being represented by Heritkan Patrick, Morech Tamas and Tanshesu Marco, very sorry.
Even my neighboring country is not making it easy on me to pronounce their names. So we have Germany ranked 5th in the qualification round, managed to fight their way back up into the bronze medal match. And we have Romania qualified 6th in the qualification round, also managing to fight their way into this bronze medal match. Two countries really qualified close together to each other.
And once again we have two countries that weren't ranked 3rd and 4th coming up and fighting higher into the positions.
So we're gonna see the first arrow of the German team landing into the 8. I mean, this first arrow is really just a sighter. Coming off from a practice target, going into the final field, you really just want to see where that arrow is gonna land and being able to adjust it to the gold from there.
Yes, the first arrow is basically like a shot in the dark. You don't know exactly where the sight mark is gonna be correct or not. You don't know how the wind is affecting your arrows here on the different field. So just one thing you can do is to do a strong shot and hope it ends up where you want. We have 3 8s from Germans. Each 8 was basically positioned on a different side of the 8.
So Romania also started with an 8 to their first set of this bronze medal match. Sometimes we have to wake up too.
Will there be a shot in the gold?
No.
Low 8.
I mean, with this wind, getting that first arrow even centered does give you confidence that you judge the wind right and adjust for it.
Yeah, it's important to know if you aimed correctly. There it is, a first 9 from the Germany.
So Romania is leading with 1 point with their first 3 arrows of this first set. Let's see if Germany can keep up their pace. And yes, it's gonna be a 10 for the first arrow of Germany. And that's blown off into the 7. The last arrow is gonna be shot by Phil, who is only 16 years old and already standing here in a bronze medal match with their team.
Performing with a nice 9.
I mean, it's nice to see these even younger archers than us already standing in gold finals, trying to be the best at their sport, their favorite thing to do.
Yes, archery is a great sport, and definitely if you're successful in it, it can bring you a nice lifestyle. So basically athletes here, they probably all look towards the same goal, to one day make archery as their job.
And for recurve, I think everyone's dream as little kids even is gonna be shooting the Olympics.
At the end of the day, for all of these athletes here, this is just a practice round for Olympics.
I mean,
What a
shooting
nice axe.
10 to win their first 2 set points of this bronze medal match.
So Romania, that was ranked number 6, is taking the first set point. Coming up here are the brackets. So we have Germany winning a 6-0 towards Belgium. What a nice match they had. And there it is, a match that they lost in semifinals against Italy. Italy shot 5 points towards Germany's 3 points. Now they're met with Romania. Romania qualified after in the quarterfinals, shot a great match against Ukraine, winning 6-2. Then they went against France in the semifinals that they lost 6-2 as well. Now they're here met with the Romanians in the bronze medal match.
I mean, Germany had to perform really well from their first final. Belgium had a number 1 qualifying archer in their team, so that put some pressure on you starting the final knowing that the team you're going up against really has some strong archers.
Yes. And also being an underdog in archery or basically in any sport here, it is an advantage sometimes.
So we're gonna get ready for the second set, where Romania is gonna start first. Sorry, Germany is gonna start first.
Germany is currently trailing by 2 points, so they have a right to start first.
So let's see if they can put the pressure back on Romania. A 9.
Leon with a low 9. Adjusted the left and right. Let's see what Knut can shoot.
Bit wobbly of a shot.
There it is, a high 8 from Knut.
So now it's on to Phil to end this set and put pressure on Romania. Looked like a good shot going.
It's probably an 8, but he still can hope for the judge to look on his arrow and maybe give him a 9. Seeing those liners as an athlete, I know that's very, very frustrating when you just hope that the judge will decide in your favor.
Yeah, and sometimes it's a relief knowing it's still on the line.
Yes.
Because sometimes you think it went way off and then you save a point. But it can also be really frustrating thinking that's only gonna be like a 9.5, like we call it when we're looking at arrows. So it's only gonna be halfway in the 9 ring, but then it still lands on the line, and you would have no idea if it's gonna cost you 2 points or even 1.
Yes, exactly. In Archery, there can be some unpredictable situations that there is luck that you have to kind of trust you have it.
Both countries shooting at 25 for their first 3 arrows. So now it's on to Germany to come back from the 2 8s, try to get the most arrows into the gold, and put pressure on Romania to perform better than they did.
There it is, a solid 10 that for sure will help Germans to fight back their points.
They landed into the 8. So now it's on to Phil to, I mean, ideally shoot a 10.
It looked like a very strong shot, landed close to the 10 ring. But this is again one of those situations that even though the shot was very nice, the arrow still doesn't go exactly where you want it.
Going into the 8. Making it to where Romania can only drop 1 more point if they want to win this set. If they want to share this set.
So there it is, a 7.
So now it's Germany who's taking the 2 set points, making the playing ground all even again when they go into the 3rd set in just an arrow.
So currently we have second set being taken by Germans, 52 against 49. A nice comeback from German team that was ranked number 5th after qualifications. So they have a bit more confidence maybe from the qualification rounds, because remember, qualification rounds are important. It does give you a nice beginning basically. You get easier countries to play with in the start of the match, in the start of the elimination rounds, and then progressively, if you're ranked number 1st after qualification, you have some confidence going into the finals.
And just looking here at the 2 teams, looking at their equipment, I always find it fun to see the equipment under 18 teams or athletes are shooting, because you see a really big difference of some have the newest bows, but if you look at Romania, you also see some older models of bows. You know, most of these archers are still young. They try to spend most of their time training, becoming better at the sport, only leaving a little bit of time to get a job or something to get you that newest equipment.
The equipment is definitely very expensive, so and for the money it doesn't get you so much more. Basically what you can do is just train hard, and no matter what equipment you shoot, you can be successful.
So here you have seen the qualifications results. Germany landing in the 5th place with 1,903 points, and Romania ending in the 6th place with 1,888 points. That are a lot of 8s.
Ooh, what a strong X.
I mean, that's the shot you want. Just a nice shot going into the X.
Leon really started nice this 3rd set of the match. Let's see what Phil can do, if he can deliver one more to that spot.
That's gonna be a 7. So now it's on to the last arrow of Germany to put the pressure on Romania to not lose this set. I mean, if you share this set, you still have a chance to win it in the 4th round. But if you lose this set, you got to win that 4th set point to have a chance at the shoot-off again.
Phil with a strong 9. Close to the line as well. Ooh, there we have some wobble.
Little Bubble still putting it just out of the 10. A really nice recovery from the Romanian team.
Patrick had a tough job to do after a wobble to come back with such a strong 9.
Another 9 for the Romanian team. I mean, just getting those arrows into the gold is most of the time enough to win a set.
Yeah, and Recurve Archery is like not exactly trying to miss a 10, but it's also more of trying to hit a 10.
Yeah.
Whether in compound archery it already got to the point when you kind of you're not allowed to miss.
No, if you miss the 10, then that one arrow that's not in the 10 can really lose you that
Many times
match.
one arrow can cost you a whole match.
Yeah. So here we see Romania finished off with the 7, putting a 1-point lead on Germany. Going into the last 3 arrows for both countries for this third set. So let's see how Phil can end this set for Germany with a 9.
There is a 9 on the line. So a good shot from Phil.
So for now, Romania is only leading with 3 points. So if they want to win this set, they really can't drop more than 2 points.
10 and 2 9s. That's all they can afford. The
And that's
7 won't
a
help.
7. So now to share these set points, the next 2 archers are gonna have to shoot a 10. And otherwise they are gonna have the pressure to win the 4th set to try and have a chance to win the bronze medal again. And that is your first 10.
Tamas will close up the third match. The third set of the match. Definitely, it is frustrating sometimes to be the last one to shoot. The
Yeah.
pressure is on you many times.
Yeah, and added to the pressure of having to shoot the score, what you don't see at the moment in your screen is a time limit. So each country gets 20 seconds per arrow to shoot your shot, step in on the line, get your arrow on the bow, and the last archer has to fix every, not essentially mistake, but every time lost with a shot taking a bit longer or an arrow not going onto a string properly taking a few
Yes.
seconds longer. So where other archers in your team can use 20 seconds or sometimes even more, the last archer really got to use the seconds that's left, and from my experience normally that's not 20 seconds.
Yes, the last athlete always ends up with less than 20 seconds. 2 minutes for 6 arrows to be shot, and for each and every arrow you have to go up and down from the line. That's impressive from all the athletes, and really you don't have any room for mistakes here.
No, team shooting is really about putting in that one strong shot because you really can't let it go. The moment you let go of a shot and have to try it again, it's gonna be such a small time your other teammates are gonna have to shoot that it's normally just let it go into the 9 and hope that it's not gonna be that one arrow that loses your match.
Here we have spectators cheering for their athletes. We have Romanians and Germans. The whole team is gathered up and they're all cheering for their teammates that are shooting in the bronze medal final.
It's also nice to see the other countries from the first few finals we had today still cheering on teams, looking what the other archers are shooting here.
So the 4th set.
So Romania is starting first.
At this point they really want to force a shoot-off. And only shooting into the gold can get there, because Germans have really stepped up their game.
Again, here you see that every set point is lost by just a few points. Most of them are just by 3 or 2 points. So every point you lose here really does make the difference. This is the last arrow to really put the pressure on Germany, and it's a 9. And that's what you want. Just the arrows hitting the gold, putting the pressure on the opposing team to make them win the point, instead of getting you to need to win the point back. We have an 8-9 liner for Germany. I mean, that can be an arrow that's gonna make it really nervous if you win the set or not.
Yes, liners, they're never wanted by athletes. You always want a clean look of what you shot. Looking up again to the screen, I believe that was an 8. Unfortunately for the German team.
So here we see Phil shoot the last arrow of their first 3. And it lands into the 10.
Strong finish from Phil.
And that puts the pressure back on Romania. Germany only letting go with 3 points in the first 3 arrows. I mean, here you just want to shoot 3 10s and hope that your opposing team drops more.
Ooh, we have here the first athlete of the day that let down. For example, this shot will take for sure more than 20 seconds.
And looking at the clock from over here, they only have 30 seconds left, meaning that instead of the 20 arrows, the 20 seconds per arrow, they only have 15 seconds now.
So the last archer will have to kind of catch the time back. There it is, a 6. Thomas.
So here you just try to shoot a strong shot and hope for Germany to lose a few points, getting you that shoot off.
There it is, a 9. So 48 points currently. Not exactly the pressure they wanted to put on Germany. The door is widely open here for Germans.
Yeah, so Germany's leading with 9 points going into the last 3 arrows of this bronze medal match. And there's your first 9. I mean, if they can keep this pace, they're gonna win the bronze medal.
But definitely there is some pressure here at stake. There is a bronze medal that they're going to be coming home with. And till the last second.
Strong shot going into the X. So now it's on to Phil to finish off their match.
Strong shot.
And it hits the X. So Germany is gonna win the bronze medal here in the under 18 men team category.
Finishing up with 56 points. Or possibly even 57 in that, if that first 8 gets upgraded into a 10. 8, 9, sorry.
So Germany already celebrating before the judges had confirmed. I mean, this is a clear win. You're not waiting on the liner anymore.
Yes, this is basically a win that everybody hopes for. It's clean. It's by quite a lot of points, so nobody here is concerned there could be a shoot-off or tight score.
Now, at the moment you're shooting a tight score, and that decides if you win a match. You're still waiting if there wasn't the liner, the caller missed, or anything that can change the outcome.
Some waving to the camera. Saying hi to the families that are supporting their sons and daughters basically competing here abroad on an international competition.
I mean, this is the thing you want to do as an archer whilst you're waiting for the confirmation. Just take a few pictures.
Yeah.
Putting down the moment you won the medal and claiming it forever.
So a nice thing to add up to their careers. A bronze medal from the European Youth Cup, also a nice start of the season for them, and also some good motivation and good feeling that your archery work has paid off.
Yeah, and it's confirmed they are winning the bronze medal.
Also, congratulations to Romania. They really fought well. They came to the bronze medal. They got experience from the big field.
So we're gonna see a few highlights back from the bronze medal match. I mean, looking at Germany, they really have strong, confident shots the whole match through.
Germans really came here prepared. They wanted the bronze. They shot amazing in order to get it, and the last round definitely proved that they deserved it.
So now we're gonna go to the last final of the under 18 men's team. We're gonna see the gold medal match where Italy is gonna shoot against France. So we're waiting on the archers to get ready to go onto the field.
Here we are waiting for two very strong teams to arrive to the field of play. We have again
Italy qualified first against France, who qualified second. Another 1-2 final.
yes, very strong teams coming up to the field of play.
I mean, only just congratulations to the team for keeping their positions from qualification and landing into the gold finals.
That's exactly the ideal scenario you wanna be in. That you manage to maintain the positions that you fought for in the qualification rounds. And on the left hand side of the field we have Team Italy that's being presented by Alfano Riccardo, De Giavioni Davide and Rampom Emiliano.
And here on the left side of the field we have France represented by Grange Cabin, Mal Karnshav and Jules Pedox. We already saw Jules in the under 18 mixed team finals on Wednesday. So for him it's another familiar playing ground.
Yes, he won here actually. He managed to take home the gold medal with his teammate Lealin. So Italy, that was ranked higher, decided to shoot first. This is usually a habit for the country that gets to decide either to shoot first or second, that they decide to shoot first.
Yeah, so for people who are not familiar with how these finals work, the country is qualified higher could choose if they start first or if they want to start second. I mean, usually they want to start first, put that pressure on the opposing team to even your scores. But sometimes it can be nice to see what the other team does and see what you have to shoot to win it.
Sometimes it's worth, exactly in windy situations, it's sometimes worth it that you start second. So you want your opposite team to go up against the wind first, so you know how to react. Maybe if they all have right hits, you're probably not gonna aim exactly in the middle.
No, and also a mind game, if you can see if you can throw the mind game of your opposing team off.
Yes, and also in psychology, basically, the trailing team does shoot first, so you kind of don't want to be in that position.
No. France starting with a really strong axe, putting it right in the middle of the target. I mean, if that's your first arrow of your final, I mean, you can't be any more happy.
Some people find the practice field to work to them exactly the same as their finals field, but sometimes there is a variation between the finals field and the practice field, wind-wise and also lighting-wise.
Strong shot. Already know it's gonna end good. You see him nod. So now in the first 3 arrows, both countries shot at 26. And an 8 from France. You really see that the height of the arrow is good, but you see a lot of difference in the width where they're shot. And that can be done with, I mean, pressure, but also the wind can play a huge factor in that.
There is for sure some pressure being here present in the field of play because we are shooting for the gold medal. Both teams want to win that, and also we have some wind coming. Basically 90 degrees from left side of the field of play. We can see flags being thrown to the wind.
So a really nice response from Italy, only dropping 3 more points in the last 3 arrows. It puts the pressure back on France to not lose any more than that.
There we have a solid 9. If they continue the pace, there will be a tie.
Here we see another 9 from Gavin, putting the pressure on Jules to shoot a 10 and win their first set of this gold medal match.
There is some pressure here on the last athlete. Always the last athlete has the hardest job basically. He knows he has to shoot good, but at the same time there is the mental pressure that's being... And also here we have wind being present here.
A shaky shot going into the 7. So Italy is gonna take the first 2 set points, leading against France. I mean, I don't know how it is for you guys when you're choosing teams, but I know in training we really try as much combinations of where you put archers and see what works.
That's basically probably the only thing you can do, because if you're already here so far in archery that you're being able to compete internationally, all 3 athletes know how to shoot, but sometimes one person is more comfortable with shooting first, and on the other hand we have some people that can do quick shots on the end when there isn't a lot of time. So those persons are usually put to be the last ones in the team.
So here, waiting on the second set, we see the qualification round ranking. We see Italy ranked first with 1,981 points, and we see France ranked second with 1,950 points. Not a lot of difference.
Teammates definitely supporting their friends in a loud way. That helps when you're shooting here in the field. That you know that that there are your friends being behind you that want good and that they want you to win.
I mean, just like we heard on Wednesday, when France or Italy is shooting a final, you almost have to wear earplugs from the cheering that they do. It's so nice to see that the teams come together supporting their archers who are trying to get that medal home.
Mile with a 9. Good comeback.
France really wants to get that second set to make the playing ground all even again.
Gavin with a left 8. The trailing team here is hoping to catch some 10s here in order to put the pressure on Italy and get their points back.
And a 10 for Jules. I mean, only dropping 3 points in your first 3 arrows is a strong start and definitely puts pressure on Italy.
That's what they needed.
Italy responding well with a 9 as their first arrow of this second set.
So here at Recurve finals, the quality of archery is each year getting higher and higher. So also
Another 9. Looking at the flags here on the field, it looks like the winds have gone down a bit. So you see the arrows landing a bit more centered. Archers really can focus on their shots again when the wind has gone down.
exactly, and it's good that they know how to out aim, because at this point when the wind stops blowing and you still have a sight set up exactly as it was in calm conditions, you just aim back to the middle and you're also hitting to the middle.
Yeah, I mean, if you have to figure out what your sight was, then it puts you really far back.
The ability to out aim at this point really helps the people.
So here we see France shooting again, trying to mitigate the points they let Italy lead by.
So we had 27-27 and now we have 2 9s, so still maintaining the same average of 9 points.
And Jules finishes off the set with a 9.
54 points.
So again, only dropping 3 points, putting under pressure for Italy to better their first 3 arrows. And it's not easy to at least shoot 1 10 and 2 9s to win a set.
There is 7, so Italy did open the door.
So now he put the pressure on his last 2 teammates to shoot 2 10s if they want to share the 2 set points.
So one mistake will put the points on France's side.
And that's your first 10.
First 10 of the second set.
So now the pressure is on Emiliano to shoot the 10 and share the set points with the second set.
There
as
it
he
is.
does.
Wow.
Nice, confident shot by Italy.
Impressive, very impressive.
I mean, to shoot those points when you know the pressure is on you to finish the set. And amazing from the archers here.
But also for France at this point, they did get a set point, so there is some confidence being back. We can hear cheering in the background.
I mean, a testimony to the amazing weather we're having here. You see the umbrella party to get a bit of shade, to not get as hot.
Here we have weather report. We have 24 degrees currently, with humidity being pretty nice with 51%, and the wind not so strong, but there could be some effect with 5 kilometers per hour coming from northeast.
Yeah, I mean, a huge difference from what we have seen on Wednesday when they were their first finals day. So France is gonna start shooting on target number 2, trailing with 2 set points behind Italy.
So coming up is the third set. Of this gold final between two very strong teams.
Nice shot going into the 10.
Very good shot.
I mean, that's the shot you want. The confidence, it also gives your teammates a bit of confidence that You know, just shoot your shot and it's gonna go into the 10.
All of these guys here know how to shoot. They really proved it in qualifying rounds. Here we have a left 8. So putting down an 18 out of 20 points. There it is, 26 points out of 30 possible.
I mean, it does open the door for Italy, who we have seen only losing 3 points per 3 arrows in previous sets. A6 from Italy.
Okay, that doesn't put Italy in a nice position to be in. They lost with one arrow the same amount of points as France has lost with 3 arrows.
I mean, that's also just the pressure of it. It's nice to see when archers perform well under this pressure, but it's not weird to see you throw an arrow by mistake or make a bad shot.
There is some pressure, you know. So many people that are shooting here in youth cups. For many people, this has been the first experience in the finals field, so you don't know how your body is gonna react exactly to the finals.
No, and I think for a lot of archers here, it's gonna be the first time shooting before cameras. And I know from my first experience that really puts some nerves on. If you have like 5, 6 cameras pointed at you at the same time, and then you have to make your shot, I mean, that's a lot of pressure.
Definitely gets your heart beating at a faster rate. So a beautiful 10 from France and another 8. Still maintaining the 9 average. And there it is, another 9. So total of 53 points. Just below the 9 average actually. Italy still has a chance to win actually also as well. If they throw down 28, that would be enough. Sure.
And there's your 8, so now it's put the pressure on the last 2 team members again to shoot those 2 10s to win this set.
So 2 10s to win. There it is, an 8. That's gonna cost them this third set, and we're gonna have a tight score, 3-3.
I mean, a tight score going into the last 4 sets, it's everybody gets a game again. I mean, a tight score is gonna force a shoot-off. If somebody wins the set, is gonna win you the final.
We're here back where we started, basically, at level grounds.
But now only having 1 set to show that you're gonna be the best team standing here in the gold finals. It's fun to see. I just looked up the ages of all archers. I mean, we have 3 archers who are 17, 3 archers who are 16, all very young, but probably so experienced for this category.
Yes, we have Italian team being just slightly younger by 2 years in total compared to French team. But all of these athletes, they're all very young and all very talented for basically their time age.
And I mean, definitely for the archers who are 17 years old, and you probably can't almost hear me because of the cheering of the teams we got here. Yeah, the cheering is really loud from these 2 teams. Lovely to see how they support their teams going into these last set.
Here we need the support from everyone. Because all the archers, they have to be confident going to the last round, knowing they can win. Both of the teams shot amazing this week, so no one knows right now who is in favor.
Yeah, like I wanted to say, the Archer 17-year-old at this point is his last year in this category, so taking home a gold medal in your last year really is really nice. You really want that.
That's a good end of cadet season or under 28, under 18 division.
Italy shooting a 7 for their first arrow. Nice shot, looking steady. Into the 9.
We can see Italians missing more to the left-hand side of the field, maybe because the wind.
I mean, looking at the flags now, it has gone pretty quiet.
Yes, the wind did calm down a bit.
Into the X.
Into the X.
You saw him just push his bow a little bit.
Sometimes corrections after shots do pay off. It's not exactly pretty to look at, but it doesn't matter when you hit an X.
I mean, definitely with recurve, where your arrow is going a bit slower than compound, you still have a chance to push that arrow a little bit before it leaves the bow.
To push it towards the center, basically. If you miss to the left, you're gonna push it to the right. Also in compound, for some people it just works amazing, but for some people, no matter what they do, they cannot steer their arrows.
We have an 8 for France. So now it's on to Jules to shoot a 10 and get them into the lead with the first 3 arrows of this last set.
So pretty tight scores here.
It's the 9s.
Exactly. Last 3 arrows from both countries and we're still tied.
It's fun to see how they're enjoying themselves shooting this final. I mean, that's the most important thing. Besides from obviously winning that medal, you just want to have fun.
Archery is all about fun, basically. If you don't have fun in archery, you can forget about being successful.
And we're gonna see a 9 from Italy. I mean, here you just want to put in those arrows into the gold, hoping that the other team doesn't shoot as well as you do. Arrow going into the 7. So now the pressure is on Emiliano to shoot a 10 and put the pressure on France.
There it is, a 7 as well.
So this really opens the door for France to make nice shots and win this gold medal.
The door is widely open. They're currently 7 points ahead if they shoot 3 10s. Nine is a good start for that. Still lots of room for winning.
So they still have a 6-point lead, meaning they can lose 5 points to win this 4th set and win the gold medal.
There it is, a 7.
Just looking at the time from here, there's only 13 seconds left to shoot his last shot for France. Putting on some extra pressure on only having to shoot a good score.
So last few seconds and let's see where there it is. There it is.
Only 1 second to go, they win the gold medal.
We have France taking home the gold medal after extremely good shooting from both of the teams. France, just for 2 points, got their last set.
I mean, looking at the scores, they were so close together. Both teams were so strong. Ending with a 5-3 is a deserved ending for both teams.
Both teams shot very well. It's a nice start of their careers, basically. They're all so young still. And this is all very good experience. You gotta get used to the finals field. You gotta get used to winning. You gotta get used to competition life, and youth cups are definitely all about experience.
Yeah, so we're waiting for the confirmation from the judge. And there it is, the confirmation of judges. France wins this gold medal match,
It is official.
and Italy is gonna leave here with a silver medal. I mean, still a great result. If you see the level of the teams here and how they had to fight to stay in the gold medal match, it's still a medal to be proud of.
And also Italy qualified amazingly. They were first after qualifications. Sadly weren't able to defend their first position place that France currently took. But also being moved from first to second is not a bad thing. Coming up we have a replay of this gold medal match. Stick on for a while because our targets are being brought back for 10 meters. We're moving from 60 to 70 meters. That's gonna take some time, and coming up is the bronze medal final for Slovenia against Poland.
I da kaže nekoga. Ja sam tam na sceni. Jesam.
So once again we're still waiting for the targets to be brought 10 meters back.
So now we're changing to the under 21 category, where we'll be shooting 70 meters instead of 60.
Ladies and gentlemen, we are now going for the bronze medal match for the Recurve under 21 women team.
So here we have the athletes and coaches arriving for the Recurve under 21 women team for the bronze medal match.
So coming up to the field of play, we have on the left hand side of the field we have Slovenia being represented by Korelnina, Pintarijana and Šarec Anja. On the right hand side of the field we have Poland.
Target number 2, the team of Poland, Natalia Lema, Claudia Plaza, and Veronika Stoma. Judging is Wuhanen.
On target number 2 we have Poland being represented by Lepa Natalia, Plaza Claudia and Stoma Veronikova.
So we had Slovenia qualified 5th with 1,773 points, and we have Poland qualified 6th with 1,765 points. So Slovenia choose to let Poland start first.
In this situation, we have Slovenia that's being ranked one position higher and towards Poland, and they have a right to decide either to shoot first or second. They decided to shoot second. Poland starting with a 9. Good beginning.
So for viewers just tuning in, we're shooting the Recurve finals of the teams, where we'll be shooting with set points. Here, both teams are fighting for if they win 2 set points and if they score even 1 set point. In the end, the teams who get 5 set points or more is gonna win.
Natalia with a 3. That's not the start you would want, but their teammates, thank God, they did some great shooting.
I mean, it's still a place where you can win that set.
Jana starting with a left 5. Could be the variation between the competition field to the practice field that could affect their arrows to go in different places. Let's see what Anya can do. There is a low 8 on the line.
A little bit of a wobbly shot for Slovenia here.
Nina with a low 8.
The first from Slovenia was a 5.
Slovenia is actually my home country, so we have 3 of my friends shooting here at the finals field.
Poland 9.
There we have a high 9 from Poland.
I mean, here they just want to shoot the best of their possibilities, mitigating the scores Slovenia is going to lead by in their last 3 arrows.
Poland 9.
Natalia is closing up the first set
Poland 9.
with a high 9, all in the same group. Good finish from them.
49 for Poland.
We have Jana Pinteric correcting her shot with a low 8. Found the center of the left to right, basically.
So here Slovenia is going to need to shoot 2 10s in order to win this first set.
Slovenia here on the home field, home ground. We actually practice here a lot during the summer days. Our archery trainings are also being held here.
So now it's on to Nina to shoot a 10 and win this first set.
Nice shot from
As she
Nina.
does, landing it into the X. The first 2 set points is gonna go to Slovenia.
Unofficially, it's going to Slovenia.
We
But
still
there
have a liner.
could be one liner making problems here. We potentially could have a tight score.
That's what we have to find out with the judges.
So now we're gonna go on to the judges to see who's gonna take these 2 set points.
Here we have a good look at qualification under 21. We have Jana Pinteric that qualified 4th.
So it's nice to see all the archers waiting nervously, impatiently. Who is gonna take those set points? So here are the qualification scores of the Recurve under 21 women team category. As you can see, Slovenia ranked 5th with 1,773 points, and Poland ranked 6th with 1,765 points. A really close match between the 2 countries. Only an 8-point difference.
And remember, this is under 21 division, so we moved back for 10 meters. We're not shooting on 60 meters anymore, we're here at 70. So the conditions being a little bit windy, just a tiny bit, but on 70 meters that light wind does affect arrows quite a bit. And also here in Catez we have a valley basically, and in valley the wind usually goes just two directions and the field is turned. So you can either get left wind or right wind, and currently we're getting left wind.
So helping these archers a bit, normally the under 21 category is shooting a bit heavier bows than the under 18 category, making the arrow go a little bit faster, mitigating how much effect the wind has on it, but still, it's really tricky to shoot in these windy conditions.
So and it is officially a tight score, 1-1. Basically, this is set system, and for those who don't know the rules yet, if two countries split their points, each country gets 1 point. Whether if a country with more points in that set gets 2 points, and the trailing country with lower score, they get 0 points.
So here you have Claudia shooting the first arrow for Poland, going into the 9. I mean, sharing the set points put it back to the start again. Nobody's leading, you don't have to fight your way back. It's again seeing which country can get that first lead.
We're back to the start basically. Level grounds. But 2 9s are kinda good start for Polish team.
And Natalia finishing it off with an 8.
So we have here the home grounds favorite, Slovenia, being here on the home field.
Starting off with an 8. I mean, again, both countries are shooting almost the same points. The level of archery is so close together.
Here cap and sunglasses will help you, because sun is shining towards the archer's faces. But the shot resulted into a 6, so sadly for Slovenian team that will not help them.
Bit of wobbly shot going into the 9.
Nina with a low 9. 3 points difference between Poland and Slovenia currently.
I mean, 3 points is not a lot. It's still a lot of pressure on Poland to finish off strong.
One mistake that can end up in a tight score as well again.
Shooting a 9. So now it's on to the next 2 teammates to only drop 1 more point in order to win the second set. Going into the 7, opening the window for Slovenia again.
There was the mistake that we were talking about.
I mean, with this amount of pressure, mistakes like this happen, and it's just a fight to try and not make them. Another 7.
There is another 7, so there are 4 points of room for improvement on Slovenian side. Let's see if they can take the advantage that Poland has given them.
So Zanya with an 8.
There is some pressure here on Anya.
A little bit of movement in the bow. And a nice shot going into the 9.
There we have a 9, so basically a 10 here will put the points on Slovenian side.
So now the pressure's back onto Nina.
Nina, as the last athlete shooting, does hold the most pressure here. There it is, a
And there it
perfect
is.
axe. Exactly what they needed. Great shot from Nina, not only a 10 but an X.
I mean, that's almost was on the spider. a shot like that with
Second set.
that amount of pressure, it's impressive.
59. When it's confirmed,
I mean, you know your team better than I do. Looking at the shot of Nina, you really see the bow hold steady, but you see a little bit of that shakiness in her arm, like she's shooting a really heavy poundage.
She does shoot a heavy poundage. Like she had problems last year with her arrows flying too long in the air, and then she had like a lot of time that wind could pick up her arrows. So I believe she did upgrade some pounds on her bow. So now her bow is faster, but at the same time it's also heavier to hold, and also some pressure here on the field of play does end up the bow shaking a bit.
But I mean, looking at the way she shoots and the points she's getting, I think it worked.
Yes, the last shot really held a lot of pressure here on Nina. But at the same time, she was last year in a national team for seniors, so she does know how World Cups feel like. She does know how shooting in the finals feels like. She was in Munich on the European Championship, winning bronze medal. So this is not her first bronze final actually. But definitely here, compared to European Championship in senior division, this is fun. This is for sure for experience.
Yeah, I mean, definitely for the archers who are already experienced with World Cups, for the viewers not knowing what a World Cup is, I think that's one of the most important competition series we have in archery at a world level. I mean, then if you're coming back here to a European Youth Cup, you really gonna enjoy the competition and try to just get a medal home as a testimony of your level of shooting.
Exactly, like this is an event that people are looking forward not only to get results at, but also to have some fun. Claudia with a nice opening.
So Claudia starts off with an 8.
Poland 7.
It's another 7 on the board for Poland.
So we have Natalia Lepa shooting on 3rd position in Polish team.
Poland 8.
High 8.
Slovenia.
When it comes to left and right, she nailed it, but it's a bit high. Maybe the shot was a bit too strong.
So here the pressure is back on Poland to win this set in order to have a chance to win the medal again.
They at least got a tied here. But Slovenia with a strong 9, they're doing themselves a favor.
Looked like a really nice steady shot.
Anya with a right 9. Nina again being at the most stressful position in the team, shooting the last.
Just flying out into the 8.
26-23.
So Slovenia is leading with 3 points against Poland.
That is kinda a good position to be in, heading into the last 3 arrows per each country and being 3 points ahead. That is some space.
I mean,
9.
for the opposing country they exactly know what to do, but for the Slovenian team it's a bit of a relaxing position to be in.
Also relaxing, but at the same time 3 points in archery is not that much.
No, I mean, it can be lost with just a single little bit wobbly arrow.
There is a 7 that doesn't exactly put the pressure back on Slovenia. Let's see potentially the last arrow for Natalia Lepa and Polish team in general, what they can do.
Looked wobbly, did go into the 9.
Just out of the 10 ring, so putting down 48 points. And remember, we are here in a tight time frame. We just have 120 seconds for 6 arrows to be shot, and each and every arrow is being shot by a different athlete that goes up and down from the line. So a lot of walking in between, a lot of time being lost on just jumping on and off of the line.
So now the pressure is on Slovenia to finish off this set and win the bronze medal. Only being allowed to lose 6 more points.
We have here Anya shooting a high 9.
So it's gonna be a 6 or higher to win this
6
bronze
to
medal.
win. I believe Nina can do that easily. She's done it many times and she enjoys shooting the last. There it is.
Goes into the 9.
Solid 9. What a great match.
Slovenia wins the bronze medal here in Catez. At their home grounds.
Home ground, basically. A lot of Slovenians here are cheering for their team. A lot of coaches have also come here as volunteers, so we have a lot of familiar faces everywhere we go.
I mean, it must be fun shooting a competition at your home grounds, a place you're really familiar at shooting.
I've been here in Catez countless times. We have team trainings here, we have competitions here. It's basically like Lillehammer for a British team. It's the fourth, I believe, my fourth European Championship, well, or a cup being shot here.
I mean, that's a lot. Being able to shoot these competitions at your home country.
It is a nice feeling, and up in the sky we have a plane or some sort of a parachute with a motor.
And it's over.
And it's confirmed Slovenia won the bronze medal and they're going off the field smiling.
So it's officially medal has been given to the Slovenian team. That's not going home empty-handed, even though they are already at home.
Ladies and gentlemen, we're in the field of play.
So the athletes are leaving the field now. And we're gonna get the field ready for the women's under 21 recurve team for the gold medal match.
And again, similar, familiar countries being here. We have again Italy and again France, and they were again ranked first and second. What a coincidence.
I mean, two really strong teams. Definitely in recurve they seem to get a lot of finals.
Looking here, Italy had both teams ranked first. They had a recurve under 21 women's team that was first after qualifications, and also a recurve under 18 men team that was also first after qualifications. So lots of great archers, and also one of the biggest teams no matter where they go. So apparently archery in Italy is a big sport.
Ladies and gentlemen, we are now going for the gold.
So as the athletes are moving onto the field, we're gonna be able to see the qualification scores in a bit.
So
Italy ranked first with 1,905 points, being the absolute favorite of today, and France ranked second with 1,830 points.
So here we have on the field of play on the left hand side of the field, we have the Italian team represented by Di Francesco Roberta, Landi Ginevra and Trabucco Flavia.
And we have France represented by Amelia Corday, Anna Yazuk and Victoria Sebastian.
So again, two very strong teams being here met in the gold final. And also a lot of people came here to support them as well.
I mean, here Italy probably feels the pressure of wanting to keep their first place qualifying, definitely after such a big point difference. And France really wanna take that gold medal away from them, showing that they can shoot finals the best. So we're gonna have Landi shoot first for the Italian team.
So Italy was ranked higher in qualification rounds, and therefore they got to pick either to shoot first or second. And as we can see, they managed to they decided to shoot the first.
A strong shot going into the 10 as their first arrow of this gold medal match.
Very nice beginning. Always nice to find the middle at their first shot.
8. Italy.
So here we have Roberta shooting the last arrow for Italy. I mean, as we told in the last few finals, that is the position with a lot of pressure to finish it.
27.
So we're gonna have Victoria shoot the first arrow for France. Italy only dropping 3 points
France 8.
so far.
France
And
7.
a 7 for France. Putting Italy in the lead by 2 points for now.
France 7.
And another 7. All high left arrows. I mean, again, as we said previously, the sighter arrows, they are the ones that you're gonna change your sight to going from the practice area to the finals.
The wind could change from their practice shoot to the competition shoot, so all the athletes can do is just adapt their sights very fast and trust their shots basically.
So Italy shot an 8, only having 2 more points to lose to win this first set.
Italy 9.
That's gonna be a 9, putting the pressure on Roberta, shooting the last arrow to hit either the 10 or the 9 to get his first 2 set points and put them into the lead for the gold medal match.
Italy 10.
And she does. So France is gonna get 3 arrows with a minimum amount of pressure that you're gonna get in these finals. Still, just seeing the camera, seeing where you're shooting puts a lot of pressure on them.
So we have Anna shooting first,
9. France.
shooting a solid 9 here.
So this is gonna be the last arrow for France in this first set. And Italy is gonna walk away with the first 2 set points in this final.
49. 54.
So solid score of 54 points for Italy against France's 49 points.
I mean, looking at what they shot previously for the viewers.
Coming up, we have here some brackets. We have Italy that was ranked number 1 and won 6-2 against Switzerland. Also Italy won 6-2 against Slovenia in semifinals, and now they're met here with the French team that was ranked number 2 and won against Slovakia 5-1. In semifinals they won against Poland 6-0, and here they are gathered up with an Italian team shooting for gold.
Yeah, so for everybody who didn't see the first few finals where we talked about this morning, all the teams you see shooting here had to shoot a lot of finals this morning to even get to shoot the gold medal matches. So they already really had a long day, they had a small break to eat some lunch, and then they needed to be back here and shoot the medal matches.
So basically a whole work day they have athletes here that are currently with us.
The second set.
Yeah, definitely looking back on other days where most of the times you only have half a day of shooting. Now you get a complete full day of shooting, first going into the matches and now going into the medal finals.
It's a lot of archery, a lot of time being spent here in the shoot, and at least we got good weather. We started the week with very bad weather. We had rain in whole qualification rounds. We had also some wind yesterday, and basically today is like the first perfect day of the week. It's the 5th of May, and in Slovenia we can get some rain also in May. So we're very thankful that the rain didn't come join us here at the end of this Youth Cup.
Yeah, so we're gonna have France starting first on target number 2. Starting the round off with an 8.
Victoria is pretty experienced. I know her from World Cups as well. She started her World Cup season this year.
I mean, that's great to see these archers promote essentially from junior competitions, growing their level and starting to compete in senior international competitions. And for Recurve you have the added level of the Olympics you really want to get as an archer. But for us as compound archers, that's the place you want to be. You want to be at the World Cups competing for those medals.
Yeah, basically compared to World Cups, Olympics, World Championships, all those kind of competition level archery events, this is basically a warm-up event for them that are shooting both. Well, for us also.
But not to forget for the archers who aren't yet able to shoot with their national senior team. I mean, for them, this is the place to get the medals of that year. So here we see Italy shoot a 6, opening the door for France. So as you can see, there was probably a lot of pressure on these archers to perform well and to win this gold medal, and you see them make the smallest mistakes that go into the 8 or sometimes even the 6. So France is leading by 2 points now. So if they want to be certain to win this second set, they gotta shoot 2 10s and a 9 here. So here we see Anna shooting the second arrow for France. Again, it's nice to see there's a left-handed archer in the midst of us.
There were quite some athletes going pretty far here in archery that are left-handed. So considering how little athletes, or in general how many people we know that are left-handed, it's pretty nice to see so many of them coming up to the finals.
I mean, being a lefty myself, and for everyone not familiar with the archery grounds, left-handed archers are really uncommon. So it's always lovely to see a few of them going into the finals, trying to take home that medal. So here we see France with 48, opening the door for Italy to take home that 4th set point. So now the pressure is on Roberta to shoot a 6 or higher to win the second set and put Italy in the lead by 4-0. And she handled that nicely. Arrow flying a bit low into the 8. So at the moment Italy is leading this final by 4-0, making it to where France has to win the next 2 sets to force a shoot-off.
France is being put in a slightly uncomfortable position right here. And Italy, they have a great qualifying round behind them, so also they have a lot of confidence heading into this gold medal match. And also this 4-point lead is definitely in their favor, like an ideal scenario. But there's still, in archery, there always is still the door open for anyone.
Again, as the last final where we had France against Italy, the ear-deafening cheering on from both teams, trying to help their archers win those sets.
Basically, France and Italy, they're one of the strongest teams no matter where we go. Either those are World Cups or World Championships, Youth Cups, Youth Championships, everywhere we go, those two countries seems to be the most loud ones and the biggest ones.
So now we're moving on to the third set of this final, potentially being the last set we are gonna get. So here we're gonna have France start off the third set. With Victoria shooting first. And goes into the 9. Looking at the draw of Anna, it looks so steady. I mean, that's what you want if you're shooting a recurve bow. You want your shot process to be steady, similar, comfortable. Something you can do over and over again. France shooting at 23 points with the first 3 arrows. Opening the door for Italy to take home the gold medal with a 6-0.
The pressure is being put from Italy over and over on France. It's just the game that Italy has to play to keep being so consistent as they already are.
I mean, looking from the qualifications where Italy was definitely the favorite, I think they're still keeping their position, being the favorite team to win the gold medal here.
Maybe we spoke a bit too soon. There is a 5 being shot from the Italian side, but they still have some room for mistakes currently at this point. They are leading 4-0 against France.
22-23.
I mean, let's hope we're not gonna have the commentating jinx on them.
We try to be as basically as independable as possible, but sometimes you just say something that can jinx someone.
So we have France shooting a 9. It's a nice recovery from Victoria after when she took her arrow out, she took a couple arrows with her. I mean, that can really get you off your focus.
Any mistake here at this point in the finals is just like, you don't want to have any mistake, and if it happens, it can throw you off of your rhythm.
So a 10 is needed to put on pressure, and a 9 will also do it. So now Italy is only allowed to drop 1 more point. Sorry, 2 more points to win the gold medal.
And 2 more points, that means a minimum of 28 points. It's not that little. Not that little to ask for, and the 9 is good beginning of that.
So now the pressure is back onto Flavia and Roberta to shoot 2 10s basically. And you have a 7, which is gonna put these set points out of the hands of Italy and give France a chance to come back at this.
Yes, this is archery, like leading 4-0. But then a mistake happens, or 2 mistakes happen, and there you are. Still not over with your match.
I mean, that's a difficult thing about set points. You know you're 4-0 in the lead, but you still have to finish that third set.
Yes, you still have to win one more.
And it's not easy.
Neither set points or just normal scoring points, they both have some pros and cons. For example, here in the set point system you can do a mistake, you can shoot a 3 for example, and it's just gonna cost you 2 points in sets. And you can come back strong with 3 tens and there you are back where you were.
Yeah. I mean, 1 or even 2 rounds, as you see here from France, that didn't go your way doesn't mean you're lost.
Exactly. I saw Italian team shooting eliminations. They had exactly the support like they have right now from their teammates the whole day long.
Yeah, seeing these two teams cheer on each other, I mean, sometimes you get chills hearing them. It's nice to see teams come together and categories come together sporting the archers who are still in the finals.
Yes, people take their time. They're here in a foreign country. They could like be enjoying their holidays, but no, this is not a holiday. This is basically what some people want to do also here when they're gonna be grown. They want to do archery as a job. So in order to do that, you gotta like sometimes risk your whole day or whole week just to be shooting.
I mean, the passion each archer has in this competition, not only the archers who are in the finals, but every archer here, they are gonna choose to watch these finals, cheer on their teammates instead of enjoy the nice pool we got here.
Exactly, yes. We're shooting here in Catez. In the background on the photo or on the video stream we can see the amusement park also, and also on the right hand side of the camera view we do see the slides, the water slides. There is a huge water park, and
I mean, just the passion and the dedication everyone has here is really nice to see.
Here we have a really tense match.
So France is starting with a 9.
France is pushing back on Italy.
I mean, if they can keep that up, it really puts pressure on Italy to finish off this last set, to not get into a shoot-off.
There is another 9, so as we can see, France has started to shoot some strong arrows. Not that they haven't been doing that the whole round, but in this high quality match against Italy, you just gotta shoot in the middle. There it is,
And
another one.
another 9. So now the pressure's on Italy to lose less than 3 points to put pressure back on France.
Set points, it's tough because you just see what your opponent shoots and you gotta do exactly the same plus 1 point better.
And they have an 8-9 liner.
Those liners, they always make it so interesting in the end of the matches. You never know who's at the end gonna be the winner.
Now it's not, hopefully not to jinx it again, but it would be nice to see a shoot-off. I think we haven't seen a shoot-off this week in the televised finals.
There was a shoot-off, but on a Wednesday that was the last shoot-off we had. But today, it's interesting that we haven't come to the shoot-off yet. So currently we still have France being in a slight advantage. And there is Italy.
So both countries shoot a 27 in their first 3 arrows of this final set.
Equaling things up.
So now France really wants to put in 3 10s to almost be certain that they're gonna win it.
There it is, another 9. Solid, very solid.
9 France.
So now we're gonna see Anna shooting her possibly last arrow of this match. Going into the 8. So the pressure is on Amelia to shoot her last arrow and put the pressure on Italy to get them to that shoot-off.
8 France. 52.
So now the doors open for 5 points for Italy to finish this off and get the gold medal home. And they start off with a 9. So they're allowed to drop 4 more points.
A lot of calculating, and as an athlete you don't want to be in a situation when you're thinking about the score. You just gotta trust yourself that you can shoot good, and
3, 4, Italy.
apparently on Italian side that works well.
Italy shot a 4, meaning that we're gonna go into a shoot-off.
I spoke just too soon.
9, Italy.
So you can see the Italian coach and Archer
And you know what?
talking with each other, trying to keep down the nerves after such an arrow, because in just a few seconds we're gonna need to shoot 3 arrows that are gonna decide who is gonna win that match.
The pressure does get to you standing here at the final.
I mean, I think that 4 is a testament about the pressure they are feeling. I mean, these archers all can shoot 10s and 9s, but you need to do it when you're standing here on the final field.
It's a whole different experience for those that haven't been standing here on the finals field. It is something that you don't know how to cooperate with, and as long as you don't stand on this point. So basically also situations when it's going tight, just one tiny mistake and on the final field it shows up into a 4.
So we're gonna go to a shoot-off for France and Italy. For everybody unfamiliar with a shoot-off, both countries are gonna shoot 3 arrows. First, we're gonna look at scoring. If both countries score the same points, we're gonna look who shot an arrow closest to the center, and that country is gonna win the gold medal.
Very nice explanation of rules here from Steph Williams.
So Italy is gonna start first due to their higher ranking in the qualification rounds. So now you can again see that being the favorite doesn't necessarily mean you're gonna win that medal. You really have to fight for it. In only those 4 rounds you get. Italy starts off with a 6.
So the door is open for France at this point. The pressure of shoot-off does pay off on the athletes.
Bit of a long hold for France. Also going into the 6.
Also to the 6. And both of the arrows are a bit left. So we're still here.
So it's still tied. So now the pressure is on Flavia to see how she can come back from that 4 she shot earlier.
There is a 5. This is a nervy shoot-off to say the least. But also remember, we're shooting on 70 meters, so the distance is not innocent at all. Also the wind that you can barely feel here on the long distance on the arrow, it does affect it by quite some.
A long hold. Going
There's a
into the
10.
10.
So France is currently in a big advantage.
This is the response France wants. Italy has got to shoot a 10 and hope for the best to be able to win the gold medal again.
Just a millimeter movement in your hand, it shows off in the target by quite a lot of centimeters.
It's a 9 for Italy, so a 5 or more to win the gold medal here for France. And she gets it.
There it is.
An amazing comeback for the French team, going from a 4-0 to a 4-4 shoot-off win.
Wow. That's exactly what you kinda wish it would happen, but it rarely does.
I mean, whilst you're standing at a 4-0 disadvantage, this is the outcome you hope for, but it's so hard to achieve. It's really well done and a really nice level from these French archers to be able to do it.
Big congratulations to both of the teams. They both performed amazingly in qualification rounds. And also here on the finals field, 4-0. That's a good position to be in, but even worse one if the country that you're winning against just all of a sudden starts winning against you. Here we have a replay of a very tense match. I think both of the countries will remember this one by pretty much an unexpected situation that came up at the end. And also the shoot-off that wasn't not even pleasant to look as a commentator, not as a watcher, but I don't want to be in the athlete's shoes because it's really nerve-wracking. Nice replays. Meanwhile, we're waiting for the bronze match, the bronze final between Ukraine and France. France again. There is so many French finalists here in Catez.
Yeah, again, as we told before, the French and Italian team really puts a lot of archers in, recurve archers definitely into the medal matches.
They are both very successful, and also in their countries back at home, they do invest quite some time and money and basically attention into the sport of archery.
So we're gonna start with the recurve under 21 men's team division. So first we're gonna see the team of Ukraine and France enter the stage for the bronze medal match. So we're just getting the field ready for the next finals.
Ladies and gentlemen, we are now going.
So here we're gonna see the archers and coaches enter the field of play.
Here we are. Coaches have already come to the field and athletes are following them. There we have a French team shooting on the right hand side of the field of play, and on the left hand side of the field we have team from Ukraine.
So Ukraine is represented by Stefan Kostik, Perkov Ivan and Kostyin Vaxman.
And the team of France is being presented by Barito Iban, Budin Yanis and Sau Manek.
So France was ranked second in the qualification round and the Ukrainian team was ranked fourth in the qualification round.
So again, two very strong qualifying teams here being present in the bronze final. Ukraine is fighting for the third place to jump up one place from qualifications, and France is defending their position basically here on the podium. They definitely deserve it because they shot amazing in qualifying rounds. So they just want to maintain the great shooting they have been doing in qualifying.
So we're gonna see Iban shoot the first arrow for the French team. France starting with 2 8s. And here we're gonna see Yanis finish off their first 3 arrows for the French team, putting in a score of 26 points.
Ukraine, 7.
Ukraine scored a 7 for their first arrow.
Konstantin with a 7.
Ukraine, 7.
And here we're gonna see Stefan finish off their set for the Ukrainian team. First 3 arrows.
So slight disadvantage on the Ukrainian side.
Ukraine, 8.
It's gonna be
We
8.
have
So
low 8, close to the 9 ring. So 4 points trailing for Ukrainian guys.
So now the pressure on France to finish off the set. Only being able to drop 2 more points now. Here we're gonna see Manek shoot second,
France, 7.
putting it into the 7. So if France wants to be sure to share these 2 set points, Yannis has got to shoot a 10 here.
France, 8.
And it falls low into the 8 after a confident nod from Yannis. Looking at the bow of Waxman here, he has a high stabilizer on his bow, something we
Ukraine,
don't
8.
really see anymore in recurve archery these days. I know back in the early days of archery, it was seen a lot more common.
Ukraine, 9.
A 9. This means that France is gonna get the first 2 set points here in the bronze final.
Ukraine, 10.
A nice last shot for Ukraine.
For France, it is confirmed.
There we have a very, very tight end with 49 against 50.
I mean, both teams just still finding their place on this final field, getting their side markers to where they need to be.
There we have the cheering teams waving to the camera.
So there we see the French team supporting their athletes. So in qualifying, French team ranks second with 1,958 points. Ukrainian team ranked 4th with 1,908 points. And again, the ear-deafening screaming of the supporting team of France. So here we can see the brackets they shot earlier today. We can see Ukrainian won against Croatia with a 6-0 and lost to Israel with a 6-2, putting them into the bronze final. And we can see the French team winning with a 5-3 against Czech Republic, losing to Italy with a 6-2, putting them also in the bronze final. Here for the last bronze final of today.
What a nice weather, I'm just impressed by the beautiful conditions we have currently here.
I mean, it has been a beautiful day of finals. Nice, nice weather, a great quality of archery, a lot of exciting matches, and probably 2 more exciting matches to come.
This one and the one that's gonna be followed up.
So here you see Waxman starting first.
7, Ukraine.
With a 7. Not exactly the...
It's not the start you're hoping for. Trailing, you really want to go shoot the gold arrows, shoot the 9s and 10s to put the pressure on the opposing team to finish off their set. So we're gonna see Stefan shoot the last of the first 3 arrows for Ukrainian team. I mean, not to forget, also the first position in the team is stressful. So you're gonna be the one who's setting the mood for the other 2 archers.
Exactly, the first archer always like sets the mood. If they screw up, then it's not exactly the most pleasant feeling going after the bad arrow to correct it. But when you have an archer shooting an X the first round, like the French team Iban shot right now, then the kind of mood is already set to shooting good.
I mean, it helps your other archers by giving them the confidence that there's already a good arrow on the board, that they just have to put it next to it.
Exactly, the center has been spotted.
And it sounds so simple, just put it next to it, but as we know, whilst you're standing there with the pressure, with still needing to shoot the 10, it's a lot.
There is a 6. That wasn't exactly the response to Ukrainians that French team wanted.
But they're still leading by 2 points, so the pressure is still on Ukraine to get these 2 points.
There is still room for Ukrainian guys to attack back.
Long hold going into the 9. So we're gonna see Ivan, who really needs to put in a strong arrow.
Waxman, I believe he now sided in basically.
Another 9 for the Ukrainian team.
Another strong shot. There's a nice group for them.
I mean, it's not by much, but it is opening the door for France to get them to that 4-0. Just like we saw in the last match. And a high 8 for Stefan. So we can see a French archer checking his equipment. I mean, when you shoot a 6, definitely if you don't know where it came from, you just want to check your whole bow, see if everything is still in its place. And
yeah, archery is basically a puzzle from so many things being combined up in the same sport. It's a lot of technical stuff that's playing a game here, and also very much a mental game basically. So you gotta feel good in order to shoot good.
so here France had to shoot a 9 or better to take home these 2 set points and put them in a 4-0 lead. Was a bit of a throw going into the 8, meaning that Ukraine is gonna take back the 2 set points and go on to an even playing ground again.
There are some feelings being shown by the French team, so the arrow was a bit corrected to the top.
I mean, most of the times you can just look how that shot went off by the faces of the archers. As you could have just seen, you saw Yannis make a bit of an angry face.
Yes.
Probably meaning that that shot wasn't performed like he wanted to.
Sometimes the clicker opens well or clicks exactly where you don't want it to click. So, but in Recurve Archery, when a clicker opens, you just let go the arrow.
I mean, you need to not let it go when the clicker goes off. It takes such a mental strain that most of the times archers just don't do it.
They don't do it, and it doesn't also pay off.
As you can see, archers checking their arrows, seeing if they're still complete. You know, we have the plastic knocks we put on strings which can break, and you really don't want to shoot a broken knock.
Yes, definitely. Also, arrows have to be checked, because remember, we're shooting. 3 athletes are shooting to the same target, so there is a chance that your teammate destroys your arrow, basically.
And we again have a cheer off between Ukraine and France.
What a tight match. 49 against 48. This time in favor for Ukraine. Loud supporting.
So here we're gonna see France shoot first again. Going into the third set of this bronze medal match. Starting off with an 8. I mean, looking at the flags at the moment, there isn't a lot of wind, so
Yes, the wind definitely calmed down.
you probably just want to correct your sight on this.
Probably, yeah. Or like if there is like a slight wind in this situation as an athlete, I would aim more out of the 10 ring as towards the 9.
So you have an 8-9 liner for France. And another wide 8 for France.
We can still see some flags being thrown to the right hand side of the field, so that means that there is still some wind, but pretty consistent one.
So let's see what Waxman's response to this is.
He has definitely been decided. He definitely decided in.
Yeah, definitely. If you see the last 3 arrows of the Ukrainian team, all tightly grouped. I mean, that's what you want. You want them to be at the same level as the other archers, knowing that my side mark is correct, and maybe just give it a few clicks.
But remember, this is 70 meters, so we're not shooting like on a close distance. This is quite some space for wind to have an effect on the arrow.
Definitely. I mean, this is the farthest distance any category is gonna shoot here.
Yes. The big boys.
And still, for the athletes, it's really difficult to judge a wind because they are standing almost clear of it. But the moment the arrow leaves the bow, it's gonna travel to
That
a part of the field where there is no hill keeping the wind out of it, and it's gonna be full on blown away.
a bit of a corrected shot from Eben.
So
It was seen. It was kind of opened on the right hand side of the target. Resulted in a right 8 or 7, I believe. Probably an 8.
it's a 9 for France. So at the moment, France is almost all 8s. And that's their first 10 of this set, putting French on a 51-point score for set number 3. So the Ukrainian have a 5-point lead.
Ooh. That was a lot of correcting.
That's a good case of bow kwando there.
Waxman really corrected the arrow, but it didn't go as bad as it looked.
I mean, it probably just went off there and just trying to throw the line further.
So there we have a 9. The door is still open for Ukrainian team to take the third set.
So now Stefan has to shoot a 9 or better to win this 2 set points.
There it is.
Going
Oh,
into the 8, meaning that they are gonna possibly share the set points, depending on French 8-9 liner.
If not, then we have a tight score and it will be 3-3.
So we're gonna wait on what the judges has to see. We can see the archers wait patiently and nervously to what the judge is gonna decide about their liner, possibly taking them into the lead.
it's so interesting when there are liners in the game. All of a sudden it can change the whole situation.
So we're still waiting on the judge's side. So here the judge has to look with a magnifying glass and possibly a light to see where the arrow hits and see if it touches the line or not.
Exactly, and you and as an athlete, you can just stay behind the shooting line and hope that the judge decides in your favor.
L- Looking at the score at the moment, it's gonna be a 51 against a 51, so the arrow was not marked up. So we're all tied again going into the fourth set. So France is gonna start the last set of this bronze medal match. And I mean, both teams want to win this one. Otherwise, we're gonna go into a shoot-off again.
There it is.
So, strong start for France.
Iban really putting down what they need.
So we're gonna see if Mana can compare to it. Throwing the arrow into an 8. Opening just a small door for Ukraine. And that's a 9. So France is gonna score 27 points with their first 3 arrows of this last set, putting the pressure on Ukraine to close down on that lead. So it's gonna be a 9 for the Ukrainian team.
Vaxman still adjusted his side. He's not still happy where the arrow ended.
I mean, I know from when I'm shooting, even if it hits the X, I'll probably just give it the turn if it's not in the middle. Just if it's not for where the arrow is gonna land, it's for your mental game.
Exactly. There are some clicks that are being needed in order to shoot a 10, but there are also some clicks that are just being needed in order to give yourself some peace in the head.
You know, knowing you did something about it.
Yes. That you're on the safe side.
So the Ukrainian team shot 28 points, putting them in a 1-point lead, whilst French archers are starting on the last 3 arrows of this fourth set.
Iban hoping that this will be his last shot. And it is a strong 10. There is already a lot of happiness and a lot of excitement going on the French team.
I mean, they really have to put in those tens to put pressure on the Ukrainian team to win this last set and win the bronze medal. And that's another one.
Another one.
Really, really nice shooting from the French team. So now it's on to Yanis to finish off their last arrow of this fourth set.
Yanis is currently holding a pretty big weight. A mental one.
And still,
There it is.
That's gonna be a 10.
To shoot the last one is always tough.
So the Ukrainians need to shoot 3 10s or 1 9 and 2 10s to force a shoot off.
So basically a 29 the least. Ooh.
And they put one in the center. What a nice shot from Vaxman.
The excitement is just very, very high at this point.
I mean, as we just said, the level is such insane. Throwing one into the 7.
There is a 7, so the pressure of a medal, because remember, one country just in this medal match gets a medal at the end.
We're already seeing the French team celebrate a bit. I mean, that's having put the bronze medal out of the lead of the Ukrainian team.
There it is official. The French team, it's not official yet, but it seems like there won't be any liners to look at. And it looks like French guys have taken the bronze medal here.
I mean, what an impressive matches. Looking at these scores, they are so tight together and daring to each other. Winning with a 5-3 is not easy.
So 5-3, a very, very exciting match. A very, very close one also, 55-57. This is pretty high level of archery, considering you have to jump on and off the line in just a tiny time frame. It's just 120 seconds to shoot 6 arrows.
Yeah, we already see the archers congratulating each other, and the happy Ukrainian team. They can be proud of what they shot here today.
They shot very well. They also, probably some of them got their first experience of the finals field. It's always nice to get the experience how the finals field looks like, because if you're gonna stick in archery, you're gonna be pretty much familiar to it in a couple of years.
Yeah, so we're just waiting on the confirmation from the judges before the archers leave the field and make way for the gold medal match.
So the last match of the day is coming up.
So it's confirmed that the archers are going to leave the stage now, and we're going to see them later at the medal ceremony.
We have a replay coming up of the bronze medal match here in Catez for Recurve under 21 man division. Big congratulations to both of the countries, to Ukraine and to France that competed here, and especially to France that brought home the medal.
So the field is going to be prepared for the Recurve under 21 men team gold final in just a few minutes.
Ladies and gentlemen, we are now going.
So here we're gonna see the coaches and athletes of the gold medal match enter the field of play. We're gonna see the Italian team against the Israeli team.
So, very exciting match again. Israel that was ranked number 1 after qualification round, and Italy that was ranked number 3 after qualification. So here we have two very, very, very talented archers coming up to the field of play, shooting on 70 meters.
So here on target number 1 we have the Israeli team represented by Droroy, Frankel Niv and Kleiner Shar.
And on the right hand side of the field we have the Italian team being presented by Bilzari Matteo, Borisani Matteo and Berio Pietra Francesco.
So Italy was ranked 3rd in the qualification rounds with 1,938 points, and Israeli team was ranked 1st in the qualification round with 1,973 points. Not a lot of point difference here in this category. So the Israeli team choose to let Italy start on target number 2. Again, a decision probably based on their confidence of being able to trail another team.
It's many times decided that the team that gets to choose either to shoot first or second, they usually choose to shoot the first. But at this point, they rather gave Italian team to shoot first, maybe to see how their arrows are gonna fly in the first set. This comes in handy when there is a lot of wind on the field, when you wanna see if your competitor's arrow are going in the same direction.
Yeah, Italy is gonna start their first trio, 3 arrows with a 27, putting some really good pressure on Israel. Those are great cider arrows.
Yeah, the first round you always want to just make sure that you're hitting the same as on the practice field. And looks like Italian team managed to do that, but Israeli is starting with a strong 10, so that's even more impressive.
So here for the second arrow, we're gonna see Kleiner.
Kleiner does have a lot of experience, also he's shooting World Cups this year, and also has been around this sport, also in...
A really long hold going into the 5.
Spoke a bit too soon about the finals field experience, but...
I mean, it could just be the nerves or the cider arrow.
He is switching he's doing some clicks to his side.
He heard his coach tell him why the arrow hit, and he was like, yeah, okay, sure, my next arrow is gonna be in the middle.
That's a good response. You don't want to go down the water slide, basically. If you do one mistake, you cannot let the feelings affect you.
So for the Italian team, Matteo is shooting the first arrow.
Italians are really consistent with those 9s.
For the confusing part, we're gonna need to say last names here because we have 2 Matteos shooting for the Italian team. So the first one was Belisari. And here in the third position, we're gonna see Bodian. Sorry,
Borsan.
Borsian.
Italy 6.
So 6 from Borsani.
So Italy finished with a 51, opening a bit of a door for Israel.
There is a very strong 10. Let's see if Kleiner can get back to the middle. I know him for shooting very, very well. There is some room for Israeli team to take the first set, and
What a nice adjustment, going from
Kleiner
a
is
5
back.
to a 10.
He is back.
So it's marked as a 10-9 liner. We're gonna have just a look at it. And here another 10. I mean, the group of the Israeli team, it's impressive to start your first set like that.
They're right on the spot, basically.
So again, 2 really big cheering teams here for the Italian and Israeli team.
Seems like that the countries, the cheering countries are just adding up one next to another, because we're coming close to the award ceremony, so there is a huge crowd behind cheering for the athletes that are still shooting.
Yeah, everybody is stopping with practice. And behind the finals field, we have a practice lane for all archers that are still shooting in the finals, not today but also tomorrow.
Yes, today is the 5th of May 2023. We're shooting in Catez, Slovenia. It's a youth cup, actually, the first stage of it.
And so after this competition, there's gonna be a second stage in Switzerland.
Switzerland also a nice location to shoot in.
And after that, I think for most of these youth archers, the next focus is gonna be the World Championships we're gonna have in Ireland
Limerick.
later this year.
Catez is kind of known to be the opening competition for the past 3 years. We had European Youth Cups here, the first stages. And each year the weather is kind of interesting. We usually start off with a rainy qualification day, and then progressively throughout the week the weather gets better and better. And also this year the weather is nice now the last 2 days.
I mean, it was exactly the same. It started off a bit rainy, but now we're having beautiful sunshine. Looking at the scores, we're seeing that the 10-9 liner from Kleiner was marked up as a 10.
Here we have a weather report. It's currently 24 degrees Celsius with pretty nice humidity with 51% and northeast wind coming in a speed of 5 kilometers per hour and complete sun without a cloud. So feels like summer basically here in the sun.
So Italy is gonna start first, trading by 2-0.
Going into the second set of the match. Bizzarri Matteo with a 9 starting off the second set.
And another left-handed archer here on the field of play.
Like I said, there is so many of them just coming here to the field of play, to the finals.
And it's gonna be a 9 for Italy, starting their second set really strong. Let's see if Borsani can keep it up. It does. It's an 8, just out of the 9.
Just out of the 9 ring, a bit of unluck.
So now it's on to Israel to shoot their 3 first arrows of the second set.
We're shooting on 70 meters, so this is quite a distance for the arrow to travel to. And if there would be slight amount of wind, the arrows would have been affected.
Yeah, and also from the archer's perspective, they don't really feel the wind, so they have to guess what the effect the wind is gonna have on their shot.
They're hidden here behind the tent, and out in the open, there isn't anything that is blocking wind from affecting the arrows. So they gotta look at the flags.
Again, you see some really nice shooting from the Israeli team. Shooting really tight group together.
Very tight group.
Hitting
Bit to the left.
28 points.
The wind is coming from the left-hand side of the field, so could be some overcorrecting from the athletes.
And another 9 for the Italian team.
Very consistent shooting from Matteo.
Right beside his first arrow, so that's probably gonna make him move its side just a few clicks to get it into the 10. Another 8 for the Italian team. So yeah, they really want to put in a 9 or a 10 to put pressure on the Israeli team to win their 4th set point.
52.
So 52 points in total for Italian team in the second set. There is a lot of room currently for Israel to take also the 4th point.
So an 8 from Israel. So they're still leading by 4 points. Meaning they can only drop 3 points if they want to win the 4th set point.
So the door is still open.
So here Frankel has got to shoot a 9 or better to get them the points of the second set.
So Neve is currently feeling some pressure. Corrects the arrow a bit and the arrow lands into a 6, I believe.
I mean, here you can just see the pressure you have in the last arrow, keeping it in the time limit and also needing to shoot the points to win the set.
Yes, the athletes here are being limited by only 120 seconds, shooting 6 arrows, and each of the athletes has to go to the line, go off the line, and shoot an arrow in between. So 6 movements, quite a lot of steps are being also made here.
Definitely. And to remember that recurve archers normally base their shot on movements. So for them, you know, picking up the bow is a single movement, then throwing it up in the air is a movement, pulling it a bit, lowering it again down. I mean, recurve archers normally shoot in a lot of different steps.
And also, if you combine all of those steps with some extra pressure, it's not exactly a nice combination.
No, because with that extra pressure you can make a lot of mistakes in every step. And you just, throughout experience and training, you just try to mitigate the amount of mistakes you make.
Exactly. But archery is a sport with a lot of experience being needed in order to be good.
Definitely.
There is a lot of factors affecting those athletes here. But they have all the same goal probably. To one day make this into a job basically.
I mean, definitely for this recurve archers, they are gonna have the goal to make archery their future and go stand there on the Olympic stage and shine there.
Exactly. So all of this here, it's basically like a warm-up event for Olympics.
I mean, I think every youth archer here wants to be able to do it, and probably in a few years you're gonna see half of the field make their way to the Olympic Games.
There's so many big names, upcoming big names here with us.
It's gonna be a 9 for the first arrow of the Italians in their third set of
So-
this gold final.
We have a very tight match, with Israel almost taking the fourth set point, but the last arrow costed them that.
Yeah, I mean, that's the pressure. In making a small mistake, knowing that you need to score a 9 to win that set.
9, Italy.
In a perspective of a beginner archer, basically like shooting on 70 meters just to hit the target, it's amazing, because it's a big distance and just a millimeter pays off in a lot of centimeters down the range. So in order to consistently shoot 9s well into the yellow ring, you gotta be a very well trained archer.
Yeah, here for the viewers who are not familiar with archery, the 10 ring at 70 meters is like a small CD.
Like a small CD, basically, like not much bigger than an apple.
So it's a really small area that you really want to hit to make sure you win that set. Long hold going into the 9.
Left 9, so we see quite a few athletes here being left today.
So if you look back to the scoring of the Italians, they shot a 27 with an 8-9 liner. So we're gonna have a judge look at that in a minute.
26.
The liners, not exactly what archers want to see when they're shooting finals, especially because they bring some extra pressure that you don't want. Instead of being focused only on your shooting, you gotta focus either your 10 is a 10 or it's maybe a 9.
Yeah, it keeps some anticipation in the waiting game for the judges.
Yes. And you're just sitting here, or well, you're standing here behind the shooting line and looking how a judge is deciding either your 10 is gonna be a 10 or it's maybe gonna be a 9.
So a little throw going into the 8. I mean, for viewers, the throwing of a bow, it's a bit of trying to steer that arrow into the middle. You get a feeling your arrow is gonna drop a bit. You try to throw that bow up, maybe correcting the arrow a small bit so it can take an extra point.
53, 54 maybe.
So Italian team managed to score either 53 or 54 points at this point. So Israeli team does have to do a good job in order to take the third set. We have Kleiner trying to put down a strong arrow to secure the third set point for their team. It's a nice look at his bow. He has a two-colored, like a two-tone bow design. Blue on the bottom and like orange bronze on the top.
If I remembered right, Vivix made the bow especially for him, being the young talent that he is.
Yes.
So Israel got to put a 10 here and hope that the liner doesn't catch the line.
And there's an 8.
So Italy is gonna walk away with the set points of the third set. leading with a 4-2 against Israel.
Very tight match here we have.
And it's gonna make it to where Israel is gonna need to win the 4th set in order to force a shoot-off with Italy for the gold medal. Again, the amazing loud cheering of the Italian team.
A very tight match that makes it even more intense when you hear all the screaming behind.
I mean, these are the matches you want to watch, where you just win with a few points and to the last arrow it stands who is gonna win that set. And remember, in archery, everything can happen with the last arrow. I mean, a 10-point lead could be thrown away with just a mistake.
Steph, what do you do to keep your nerves down in a situation like this when it's very, very tight with your opponent, but at the same time you're shooting good?
I mean, I just try to have a conversation with my coach. I mean, you see the athletes talk with the coaches, and from my experience, 9 of the 10 times is not archery related, but you just try to make a conversation to not think about what you're doing, to get away from the scoring a bit. And then a breathing technique, Peter Elzinga, a really big name in compound archery, helps me to, keep the heart rate down at the moment I want to shoot.
Exactly, like that adrenaline in archery doesn't do you well. In other sports basically adrenaline could help you, but here in archery you gotta keep that adrenaline low all the time.
I mean, definitely when you're when you want to release the shot, you don't want to have a heart rate that goes 100 miles an hour. You want to try to keep it down. And there are a lot of things that could help you with it. I know some archers just have a meditation sequence they go to. So we shoot a 9-10 liner here from Israel.
Archery is for sure a very, very, very mental game.
Yeah, I mean, it's something we say in the team. When you start archery, I mean, it's 80% technique, 20% mental game. But the moment you're starting to compete here, that completely changes to where you know how to shoot, but you now just need to be able to do it whilst you're under pressure.
Exactly. The percentage is like basically being put the other way around.
Yeah, like you definitely want to keep your technique game up because it's really important, and changing things about your technique that will improve it is helpful, but the mental part of it is going to be so much more important. So we're seeing a 29 here from the Israeli team, putting the pressure on Italy.
Bilazari Matteo with a 9.
So here Francesco has to shoot 10 in order to keep up with the Israeli team.
We're jumping a bit back and forth between the points. One time Israeli catches them and the other time Italia catches them.
I mean, here you looked like maybe the wind has gone down a bit. He tried to correct it to the left, and
the flags are still moving a little bit, but nothing special basically.
like we see the entire day, it's moving up and down constantly. The one arrow could be no wind and the next arrow could be pushing it all the way into the 7.
There it is, a high 8 for Israel. Okay, so there isn't that much of a gap between them.
So here the next few teammates have to either shoot a 10 or and a 9, only dropping 1 point if they want to win this set and make sure they are going into the shoot-off. There's your first 10. So now the pressure's onto Niv.
Kleiner really confident about his shots.
I mean, if he can put this into the gold, we're gonna have a shoot-off here between Israel and Italian teams.
So that's very, very, very
It's an 8
tight.
8-9 liner. Looking at the Israeli team, they are pretty confident they catched it.
9 Italy.
And that makes it certain we're gonna have a shoot-off for the gold medal here between Israel and Italy. So these archers really want to get in a strong shot, a confident shot to see where their arrow hits before they go into a shoot-off, and that's definitely gonna help making a nice shot going into the X.
10 Italy.
So this is it basically. We have a shoot-off. Like I said, Joe jumping up and down from Israel being first in the set points to then Italy being better. And here we are being equal at the end. So both teams are currently owning 4 points. That means it's a tight score, and that means we're going into a shoot-off.
So everybody for who just tuned in, we're shooting the European Youth Cup Recurve under 18 21 men, under 21 men's team gold medal match, where we're gonna have a shoot-off between Israel and Italy. Tim, do you want to explain how the shoot-off system works?
Yes, basically there are 3 athletes on each team, and each athlete shoots 1 arrow. So the athlete, well, the country that manages to get the higher score automatically wins. But if the score is tied, then we go by the judge call on which country shot the closest arrow to the center.
Well, it was a nice
Could be a 30, but the country with the axe closer to the center will win.
Definitely, and that makes us a really tight game and possibly undeciding. So in this competition we had 2 rare moments happen where a shoot-off was not enough.
We're not exactly sure yet if it's a shoot-off or no. Could be a 5-3 for Italy.
But okay, ladies and gentlemen, we will have a shoot-off, and that means we have the shoot-off alternate. And that means that Italy will start on target number 2.
Still waiting for the confirmation from the judge.
So we hear the judge calling in the score.
So that means there was a liner that was 8.
So yeah, the judge confirmed we do have a shoot-off between Israel and the Italian team.
So we have on the right hand side of the field, Italy is gonna shoot first for this last 6 arrows basically of the whole day. What a nice end to the team final day.
I mean, for the archers, it probably isn't the end you're hoping for. You really want to win this, but for the viewers that are watching, this is the best outcome you can have.
Yes, for spectators, shootouts are always a nice thing.
9.
There's a low 9, but I know the pressure the both teams are experiencing right now, and it's definitely not the most pleasant.
I mean, after the finals, when you look back at this, you're really gonna enjoy it. Under which pressure you shot and performed. You're gonna have a 10 for the Israeli team.
And to make things even more interesting, when shooting 1 arrow each.
So now it's on to Francesco to shoot the second arrow for Italy in this shootout for the gold medal.
Italy 7.
So we have a 7. A bit of a nervy shot probably.
Gold medal match.
But the nerves cannot be judged because we are shooting for gold here at the European Youth Cup and two very very strong countries are being put against each other.
I mean, definitely the level in this category is so close together that anything can happen.
Very strong shot from Kleiner.
1916.
So now Matteo is gonna shoot the last arrow for the Italian team.
They are in a slight advantage, so here a yellow will be more than enough.
7.
Ooh, this makes it interesting.
So now the pressure is on Niv to finish off the last arrow of the Israeli team to take home the gold medal.
Basically a 4 to win.
And he gets it into the 10, getting Israeli the gold medal here in Catez.
Huge congratulations to both of the teams. They really shot extremely well throughout the whole match. Was taking points one from each other all the time.
So we're gonna have the judge confirm it, but for now it looks like the Israeli team has won the gold medal match.
Very strong shooting from both of the teams.
I mean, this is the level you want to see in gold medal matches. And it's confirmed, Israel won the gold medal match. Italians are gonna take the silver medal home.
Big congratulations to Israel for being able to secure their qualification first place, and huge congratulations also to Italy that managed to fight on to the from third to second place. Both of the teams are going home with a medal and an amazing start from the 2023 season outdoors. We're here in the Youth Cup in Catez. Definitely had a great day behind us. Also, we as commentators really enjoyed the sun and the high level of archery we had here.
So the field is cleared and we're gonna get everything ready for the medal ceremony in just a few minutes.
We can see we're getting ready for the award ceremony here in Catez. We have targets being brought back to be on the photo in the background of the stages.
And tomorrow we're gonna be back with the individual finals. We have a whole day of finals to look ahead to, shooting all the individual gold and bronze medal matches for all the different categories shooting here today.
We already start in the morning and it's gonna be lasting all day long basically.
I mean, that's the fun thing about youth competitions here. You don't only get the categories of the different bows and archers here, but you also get the categories of the age. So everything is almost double.
Yes, exactly. There is a lot of categories, a lot of archers also being separated into those categories. So there is also a lot of medals being presented here, and also a lot of work for Slovenian volunteers preparing this big competition.
And a huge thank you to everyone that is helping to put this competition together here.
There is a lot of work, a lot of filmmaking to do, a lot of target carrying to do, a lot of target faces have to be replaced, and we couldn't do it without the help of the volunteers.
So we can prepare for the medal ceremony. And one thing again, because you have not enough participants in your classes, that means you will get medals according to the ranking, but fact is there will be no national anthem. But you never know if the public is spontaneously going to sing it. Huh?
So, this is it apparently. This is it from us, from our side for today. We see you guys again tomorrow for the individual event for the morning competition. The stream for the medal ceremony will be still in progress, but this is gonna be it for us. We're gonna say goodbye to you and we're gonna be back with you tomorrow in the morning.
Thank you for watching and have fun watching the medal ceremony.
Italy. Germany. Germany 10. Italy 38. Germany 9. Too strong for Slovakia in the quarters. And Italy 10. Germany. Germany 10. Eight. Germany 9. Italy. Germany. Italy 10. Germany and Italy the silver medal. 9 France. 10. 9 Ukraine. And now, ladies and gentlemen, for the public, you are so far away. Take up the benches and come to sit here. Come on, France. Because that's much nicer for our athletes and for everybody. Maybe I destroyed television, but I don't care. So just take the benches and come here. Hoppata. France. France 8. Ten. Anche di qua, dove c'è di qua no, un po' di fotografia ma non c'è come loro camminano ti metti qua Ladies and gentlemen, we are now going for the medal ceremony for the compound under 18 women team. So, and medals will be presented by Mr. Marian Ilar, President of the Archers Association of Slovenia and President of this tournament. Gold, number 1, Italy. Caterina Gallo, Sofia Menin en Caterina Moroldo.
Can I? No, stay, my dear. But if you are tired, you can go. No, it's okay. Now, what I
Ladies and gentlemen, we are now going for the medal ceremony for the compound under 18 men team.
Can I see your lost? Okay. What I want to say that now to rest. Please, if they make you work, you say no.
Medals are presented by Mr. Wolfgang Halfox, World Archery Europe Technical Delegate. Bronze medal representing Israel. Garbi Yiftach Hadar en Omri Rayman. Silver medal representing Italy, Fabrizio Aloisi, Gabriel Mariconi and Marco Tosco. First place, gold medal representing Slovakia, Simon Severi, Oliver Sagar and Samuel Zeman. And a big applause for the athletes, ladies and gentlemen. Ladies and gentlemen, we're now going for the victory ceremony for the compound under 21 women team. Medals will be presented by Mr. Marian Ila, President of Archers Association of Slovenia, with silver medal representing Iceland, Anna-Maria Alvarez Dottir, Freya-Dis Benedict Dottir, and Tordis Unur Bjark Dottir. place, gold medal representing Italy. Martina Del Duca, Martina Seifafini, and Giulia Di Nardo.
Someone else for recurve because compound I will have as always Steph, and there will be for compound one guy from Romanian team. Recurve I have one, I need someone else for recurve, but I need someone, you know, like to open the chubby, like.
And a big applause, ladies and gentlemen, for the archers.
Team is shooting tomorrow.
Ladies and gentlemen, we are now going for the victory ceremony for the compound under 21 men team.
Oh, this is my commentator. The first one, yeah.
And the medals will be presented by Mr. Wolfgang Halfax, World Archery Europe Technical Delegate in this tournament. Third place, bronze medal representing Romania, Rares Daniel Alexandrescu, Gabriel Sando and Judea Florin Mirel Judea. Second place, silver medal representing Italy, Lorenzo Copini, Andrea Marchetti, and Rosario Sirati. First place, gold medal, representing Slovenia, Alex Brein, Tim Jevsnik and Matija Rosic. And a big applause for the athletes, ladies and gentlemen. And before we start further going with the medal ceremony, I'm looking at all the coaches here on the field. Maybe next time in Youth Cup we can have some more compound teams, so that also these archers can have an enter. So think about that. We need the podium tomorrow also. Thank you, gentlemen. Ladies and gentlemen, we are now going for the medal ceremony for the Recurve under 18 women team.
Medals will be presented by Mr. Marian Ilar, President of the Archers Association of Slovenia. Bronze medal representing Czech Republic. Barbara Bretlova, Andrea Luvarova and Monika Tomanicka. Silver medal representing France, Justine Sellier, Leia Lynn Gregorio and Maya Trinko. Gold medal representing Ukraine, Olga Shevchenko, Irena Konova and Daria Konoval. Ladies and gentlemen, the national anthem of Ukraine. And a warm applause for the athletes. And ladies and gentlemen, it is nice when the autumn anthem is played that you put your hat off, just socially and also for the country's anthem. Thank you. Ladies and gentlemen, and we are now going for the victory ceremony for the Recurve under 18 men team. Medals will be presented by Mr. Wolfgang Halfox, World Archery Europe Technical Delegate. Third place, bronze medal, representing Germany, Knut Jakobsnik, Phil Louet-Berding and Leon Zemela. Second place, silver medal, representing Italy, Riccardo Alfano, Davide De Giovanni and Emiliano Rampon. First place, gold medal representing France. Gabin Grange, Maël Karchouf and Jules Pedot. And it would be nice, ladies and gentlemen, if you stay here on the rewarding only for the respect of the people. Thank you very much. Ladies and gentlemen, the national anthem of France. And a warm round of applause for the athletes. Ladies and gentlemen, we are now going for the medal ceremony for the Recurve Under 21 women team. Medals will be presented by Mr. Marian Ilar, President of the Archers Association of Slovenia. Bronze medal representing Slovenia, Nina Korel, Zana Pidaric and Anja Zarek. Second place, silver medal representing Italy, Roberta Di Francesco, Ginevra Landi and Flavia Trabucco. First place, gold medal representing France, Amélie Cordot, Anna Jakusik and Victoria Sebastian. Ladies and gentlemen, the national anthem of France. And a warm round of applause for the athletes. So, last one of the day. Ladies and gentlemen, we are now going for the victory ceremony for the Recurve Under 21 men team. Medals will be presented by Ms. Irena Rosa, event manager and chairperson of World Archery Youth Committee. And my wife. Bronze medal representing France, Ivan Barito, Yannis Baudet and Marek Suau. Silver medal representing Italy, Matteo Villisari, Matteo Borsani and Francesco Puerio Pitera. Gold medal representing Israel, Roy Dror, Nick Frankel and Zahar Kleiner. Ladies and gentlemen, the national anthem of Israel. And a warm round of applause for the athletes. So, ladies and gentlemen, this was a day not to forget. But tomorrow we go further with the individual bronze and gold medal matches. I expect you all here also when you are not shooting, because it's just an honor for the archers who are shooting, and maybe one day you will be as well as good